All right. Gotcha. Just me slinging racial slurs, talking about how much I hate everybody that's not me. That's all I do when I'm not on microphone. Yeah. Yes, I did. I um I can say this without spoiling anything. I like the rhythm that it settled into. I thought that I see what they were doing with the first 3 episodes. I feel like if they did that for half the time, I wouldn't really have many complaints about how it is. As it stands, regardless of any complaints that I might have, I kind of don't care because it's a thing that I look forward to watching every week. Even if I can nitpick the episodes, but it's just nice to have a new Marvel thing to watch. Yeah. Yeah, like, I have a lot of I feel like I could probably make a reasonable stab at, like, where we're gonna be in the end game of this show, like, in the aftermath, but I kinda don't know what roles people are playing. Like, they did it's a really they did a good job with that outside of the initial reveal of, like, "Oh, it's all a, simulation, kinda." Like, that stuff was like, "Well, no, duh." Um, but everything that, the kind of the what different people are in it. Like I keep on being like, oh no, like is that character? No, it couldn't. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, she's like she's just I think the first thing that I probably saw her in was like Step Brothers, but basically everything I've ever seen her in, she's just gold. Yeah, like in yep. Oh no.
All right, we're better now. Thanks, GX.
Yay.
That happened with James, but with James when I did it with James, the issue no one pointed it out for like the first half hour, so like lost a lot. For this, you just missed a little bit of WandaVision pre-show talk.
Yeah. No
So,
spoilers.
no
Although
spoilers.
maybe Seren just spoiled the whole thing. You have no idea.
So for recap, here is our years in review for Neal. Uh, Keep the y-axis in mind because this does look a lot higher than James's, except James never really went below a 5. I think his lowest year of all time was like a 4.7, and we opened with a 3.5.
I feel like I mean some of that can probably be explained by my modification of like looking at the game as I would have first
Mm-hmm.
experienced it, not necessarily as it was when it came out. But I stand by that because if it's my rankings, then it's
Yep,
not. I wasn't alive in 1983.
yep, for sure. Oh, and then I'll just say,
Although God, 1995 is just funny to look at now.
yeah, well, you got the Virtual Boy and a bunch of shovelware.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Earthbound can only take you so far, it turns out.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
it, it's funny because 1995 is one of those other years that I think if you worked in like even third parties on Nintendo platforms, it would be a lot higher. I mean, because you have Chrono Trigger that year
of
for
course.
one.
But for Nintendo Post, you have
Yeah.
three separate arcade classics that got ones and one that got a two, and Street Fighter 2 and Killer Instinct for the Game Boy Black and White.
Yeah.
Like, it turns
I
out,
don't. I like some of those things I just forgot happened. Like
yeah,
Street Fighter 2 and Killer Instinct on Game Boy Black and White is something I forget.
Those mistakes sure were made.
Yeah, and then that crappy Crystalis remake.
Yep.
Bionic Commando Elite Forces. I've got some fond memories of that game.
You gave it a 6.
Yep.
All right. A 1. Here we are with 5 supported platforms in 1 year.
Wow. Oh god, the Pokemon stuff.
Yep. All right.
Nope.
Starting.
Paper Mario.
Yes.
I did. Some of these things kind of like came up in the back of my mind, but I've still done my best to like, even though I'm aware of what games came out, in especially as we get into these years, I tried to not do any prep work because I feel like that would ruin the experiment to a degree. But Paper Mario is a series I've been doing a lot of thinking about, and I think I might have settled on, like, after kind of messing around with pretty much all of them in the past year. I mean, I love Origami King, but I kind of might like Paper Mario 64 more than Thousand Year Door. Like, I think there's the Fisher-Price My First RPG nature of Paper Mario that is a little bit like, it's super kind of straightforward and maybe, not that hard or complex. But that's also part of the reason why it's fun, because it is just kind of like sit down, go forward. The backtracking in Thousand Year Door really is something that I feel like it hasn't aged that well.
Even with all the weird shortcuts that they unlock.
Yeah. It's still just like, it's a lot of like reused stuff that it made me not want to really continue on with that game. Whereas I sat down to play Paper Mario and I think I got like halfway through it in like 2 nights. Just because I was like, oh yeah, I remember this part. This is fun.
It's also
this is cute. Yeah. And I think I'll give Paper Mario a 7.
Okay.
Now,
all right.
Mario Party 3.
People say that 2 is the only good one. I disagree.
What did I give 2?
You gave it a 6.
Oh, okay. I think 3 was fine, I think. Because I think 3 was the last of the ones that I actually kind of, because I didn't really play a lot of the GameCube ones as they came out.
3 was a prettier 2. It introduced Waluigi for what that's worth. And then 4 is just...
the first GameCube one.
Yeah, it's just nothing special. It's on GameCube. 5 is like capsules. 6 is microphone. 7 is more microphone. 8
5 is also the horrifying Koopa children or whatever.
Yes, that's true.
Which that's... I'll give Mario Party 3 a 5.
Okay. We're just gonna go down one every Mario Party.
I mean, maybe. Like, I'm one of the weird people that even if I think Mario Party 10 is like a pox on the entire franchise, I kind of like what they did with Mario Party 9 a lot. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion over time.
They made it take less time.
Yeah, I think they kind of streamlined a lot, and then in 10, they just, like, didn't really know what to do next, and it's bad.
Yes. Pokemon Stadium 2. This is the third Pokemon Stadium game. First one never came out here. Second one was just the 151. Because the first one only had like 70 of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
That one never came over. This one is all of Gen 1, all of Gen 2. Plus a bunch of new minigames. I
remember this one being pretty good. I think this is the one that I actually messed around with more than one. It was never a game that I owned, but it was a game that a friend of mine had. I'll go 6.
Okay. Dr. Mario 64.
The 4-player in this is tremendously good. And I don't know. Well, I guess probably the WiiWare one might have had, or was there a WiiWare? I don't know.
There was a WiiWare one. We'll get there.
So many damn Dr. Mario games.
There are so many fucking Dr. Mario and Mario and Donkey Kong. You're gonna fucking hate how many Mario and Donkey Kong games they've released.
I remember the first Mario. I guess Mario versus Donkey Kong game. I played the DSiWare one and I reviewed it for Nintendo.
That was the third one.
And I gave it like a 9 out of 10 or something because I was like, this is really good. Like a DSiWare game, it's tremendous. I still think it's, for a DSiWare game, it's probably has some of the most content of any other game on the service.
We'll get to 2009. We'll get there.
But like, I was like so blown away by like how good this is, and I was like, I should go back and play the earlier ones. And I'm like, it's just the same game.
It sure is.
Almost literally just the same game. Needless to say, even if I think that that DSiWare Mario vs. Donkey Kong game is very good, it will not get a 9 in this.
Fair.
But I'm gonna go check to see, just to remind myself of what the. Yeah, I think Dr. Mario 64 might be like the best version of Dr. Mario.
Okay.
And I'll give that a 6.
Oh no. What did you give the first Dr. Mario?
Probably a little bit higher, but it was sentimental.
You gave it a 6.
You know what? I'll go 7. I was between a 6 and a 7, but
Okay.
I'll go 7 with that.
Games that did not age well.
Oh god.
Conker's Bad Fucking Fur Day.
If you were to ask 13-year-old Neal, who convinced his parents to get this game for him,
Oh no.
this would have been like 8 or 9 out of 10 easily.
No.
However, I have grown up. I think divorced with some of the I guess, for lack of just a way to sum it up, problematic aspects Conker's Bad Fur Day, I still think like some of like the asymmetric multiplayer in that game is like really cool and neat. I mean, the fact that it's Nazi teddy bears shooting immigrant squirrels is, that maybe that's a problem, but like that was sure as hell a fun mode to play. But you kind of can't ignore the fact that like that game aged like milk.
This game has aged so poorly.
But if I have to go, like, I think I'll kind of maybe split the difference of the fact that I really, really liked this game when it first came out, matched with the fact that it's aged very poorly, and I think I'm gonna go 5.
Okay.
Because like I think if I were to do it based on what I feel in 2021, it's lower.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can't go that low for, kind of judging it as like how much that was a game I looked forward to in 2001, because I was the target audience for it, like a 13-year-old who watched South Park.
Yep. And that's it for the N64.
All right, so Luigi's Mansion launching the GameCube. I think I'm just gonna this one will be, I think, kind of simple. I'll go 5.
Okay.
I think if I were to look back on this game, I look back on it way more fondly than I did at the time. But I have the memory of playing that game, being like, that was totally fine. The animation was cool. And then not really thinking about it for a long time. And then like replaying it when I got nostalgic for the GameCube and like kind of appreciating it more with time.
Mm-hmm. Wave Race Blue Storm.
This was a game that we're also nearing the era where like I just started to get almost every Nintendo game, or at least play it closer to launch, which I guess is probably going to make this fun because I get to look back on those memories. I got Wave Race Blue Storm, I think Christmas. Well, I got the GameCube for Christmas in 2001, and I wound up getting Wave Race Blue Storm with like money that I got for Christmas.
It's no Wave Race for the Game Boy.
I mean, yeah, it hopefully it pays back to the homage of the roots of the series.
Yes.
On Game Boy.
Yes.
By just having inexplicable black and white graphics. The water, it looks like still really good in this game. I actually replayed this back when I did the never completed like podcast miniseries Cube Fight with Andy Gergen. So I replayed this game a couple years ago and like still really, really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go 7 with this one.
Okay.
The multiplayer is fun too, and then there's also the secret announcer track that's just like really sardonic that I think is really funny, and the fact that like it was hidden for a very long time is great.
Pikmin 1.
I'll go 6.
Okay.
It's another one that I would say is in the ballpark of Luigi's Mansion, in that did not love it. Like, I think if I were to be like 2021 Neal, probably would go higher, but Pikmin wasn't a series that I was immediately in love with. I would say Hey Pikmin is really what I could do. I don't even, it was probably Pikmin 3 was when I was kind of like that's when the series clicked for me, and like, oh no, like these are all good. Like I played Pikmin 1. I didn't play Pikmin 2 until Wii. But I'll stick with a 6.
Okay. Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Oh, yeah, this is just a 10.
Okay.
I don't, I
And what
like,
would you rank the community, Neal? Neal Ronaghan
um,
of Nintendo World Report at nron10.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
But neutral. I'll just be neutral.
Kirby Tilt and Tumble for the Game Boy Color.
Ah, crap. I need to remind.
There are
I'm gonna
so
find.
many fucking Kirby games.
Yeah, I don't think this one is any good. What the hell does this one look like? Give me a video. Oh, okay. This is the motion control one.
Yes, that's why it's called Tilt and Tumble.
Yeah, I mean, like that makes sense. I don't think this is really good.
Most of... I feel like of all of the handheld Tilt Game Boy and Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games, only one of them is good.
What, Twisted?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a 2.
Alright.
I do not have fond memories of this game at all.
Game Boy Color, Mario Tennis, 2001.
So this is what did I give Golf on Game Boy? Because that was the year before, right?
You gave Golf... It was not the year before, it looks like, unless I'm super blind. Let's go back.
Was there really that big of a gap between them? I thought they
Mario
were kind
Golf
of...
was 99, and you gave it a 6.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll go 5 with tennis. I just don't enjoy playing tennis games as much as I do golf, and
Golf is satisfying.
I'm still on my high horse of I think those RPG modes are cool. I don't think they're as good as everybody remembers them.
Pokemon Crystal, Game Boy Color.
This is another one that I kind of got to go by how I viewed it at the time.
You could be a girl for the first time.
That is really good though.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fair point. What did I go? I think I gave Gold and Silver like a 6.
You gave them
maybe?
an 8.
Oh, I did go that. Wow. I'll go 9 because it's a better version of Gold and Silver.
Okay. Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Ages.
Now, okay.
You gotta separate the two. They are two very different games.
Yeah. I need to remind myself of which one's which. Why is it? Oh, what the hell? Like everything sums them up as the one game. So Seasons is the one with Din. Like I do think that I would love to see I don't know maybe the next game that Grezzo should remake are Seasons and Ages, and then maybe make the third one or whatever, or just make the third one. I don't care.
I mean, they probably feel weird about that without Flagship.
Yeah.
Grimace the Menace says Seasons has had subrosions.
I mean, Subversions are pretty cool. I think I do remember. I think I remember liking the time mechanics more than the Seasons mechanics. But I remember playing through them both kind of like I think I did them back to back and was kind of like that just felt like a cohesive game. And I'm trying to think like do I rate one higher than the other?
It's okay if you don't, but they do need to be separated.
Yeah. Like that's the thing is like I don't think I like I'm gonna go 6s with both of them.
Okay. Mickey's Speedway USA for the Game Boy Color.
This is one that I know I've played at some point because I had this fascination with playing old weird rare games just to know.
Mm-hmm.
What does this one look like? Okay. Oh yeah, this is RC Pro-Am like.
Yes, it is.
I'll give this one a 3. I think it's like cool that they made this game, but maybe an RC Pro-Am like on Game Boy Color in 2001 isn't really that cool.
Speaking of Game Boy Color in 2001 not being that cool, here's the GBA launch window. F-Zero Maximum Velocity.
I miss F-Zero. I miss it a lot. But you know what game I don't really miss?
Maximum Velocity?
F-Zero Maximum Velocity.
It's not that
let's
good.
give let's give that let's give that a 3.
Okay. Super Mario Advance 1.
And that is Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun with this game. I don't know, like, I don't think the Super Mario Advance games outside of like the e-reader stuff for the, I guess, what was it, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
That is correct. That is the correct name.
I don't know, like I would rather play the originals. I did get like, I think I got all of them on Wii U just because I kind of like, I hadn't played them in a long time and kind of wanted to know, like, okay, what's different? How do these hold up? And I think they're all fine. I do, like, it's the stuff where I almost want to play these games on mute because I think especially what they did with Super Mario Brothers 2 is like, it's really fun. And this has, I'm going to double check to make sure my memory isn't playing tricks on me. Yeah, because wasn't this another one like Super Mario Brothers Deluxe that had some extra modes, or did it just have Mario Brothers?
Super Mario Deluxe?
Or Super Mario Brothers Deluxe like had
that was Game Boy
like
Color, and that had like the versus multiplayer. It had new levels.
Okay, yeah, this didn't add
Color.
that much. There were the red coins that you could find. I think that was kind of it for the
Advance 1, yeah.
I'll go with a 5 because I think that Super Mario Brothers 2 is a good game, and this isn't a terrible version of that game. But
we'll get to terrible versions of classic games on the GBA. We'll get there.
I was getting this confused with Super Mario Brothers Deluxe in my head as far as adding more substantial content to the old game.
Yeah. Nope. Mario Kart Super Circuit.
I'll give that a 2.
Bad Mario Kart.
Like that game. I don't like that game at all. The only thing that I liked about it was that I was able to play multiplayer with that when I was in middle school and high school. And then Mario Kart DS came out, and multiplayer became way more fun.
Yes. Golden Sun.
Whew. At the time.
GBA RPG with almost SNES-like graphics.
Like, at the time, this game was life-changing because it was a brand new Super Nintendo-like RPG on my new handheld. With age, maybe a game that I don't ever really want to replay, but at the time, I really liked this game. I'm going to go 6.
Okay. Wario Land 4. You're right, GX, about the best thing about Super Circuit is when 8 uses its tracks.
Yeah. When they take stuff from Super Circuit and like make it modern, oh, it's pretty good.
But playing Super Circuit is not a good experience.
Yeah. Like it's the worst Mario Kart game. I don't think I will take any takers to that throne.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, like I don't think the arcade ones are that high above it. I will die on the hill of I really enjoy Mario Kart Tour.
Yes, I was not even considering that. I was considering the arcade games.
Yeah, the arcade games are worse. Like Live is super clever.
Yeah. Wario Land 4.
Wario Land 4 I really like. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. By the way, I look forward to Mario Kart 9, even though they've released a home Mario Kart since then, and a Mario Kart Tour in-house developed. Fuck you, we're just gonna call this one 9.
I do, like...
Just to piss off James.
What if they just call it Mario Kart X?
No, they wouldn't. They know better. They know better than to invite that comparison. They are not going to make another F-Zero, but they know that people want them to.
Yeah. I was also thinking a little bit of Mortal Kombat X, because I always think about whenever I see people refer to like MK9, I'm like, what? It's like, oh no, you're just talking about the
yes.
Yeah, the reboot game.
Yes. Advance Wars. First Wars game to get localized.
I guess Advance Wars, if I were to grade this on when it actually came out, I would probably be very low, because this game unfortunately came out around 9/11, which sucks, because it's probably the reason why Advance Wars never took off in the West. Like,
They also never marketed the sequels that well, probably because of that.
yeah, yeah, like it was unfortunate timing. Our like Advance Wars is a fantastic game. I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Okay, this
Uh,
is what will shatter. This is what will shatter the year. Um,
So, before we get into the Pokemon minis, I want to give you one for your consideration campaign pitch, which is that all of the Pokemon mini color schemes had cute names, and one of them was Wooper Blue. For your consideration, Pokemon Party Mini, which
all
is
right.
just a Tamagotchi.
I'm kicking over to Cerebi because that's whenever I do anything with Pokemon, that's the place to go.
These are all just Tamagotchi.
I'm trying to. I had one of these. I don't know which one.
That's not a good sign. There are only 4. Well, no, there were like 12, but only 4 came over here.
Yeah. Um. I mean, like Tamagotchis of the area were like I have a hard time I think slagging on these because of what they're meant to be.
They're meant to be cute pets.
Yeah, like that's the thing is that this isn't like knocking on like the arcade games on Game Boy because that's just bad. But like these aren't intending to be anything greater than what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I'm going to. Who the hell is the developer of these? Now I'm just curious. Denusha.
Hey, Jared Goblin, this is the first year we're doing. You didn't. We've been on for 29 minutes, but we're still good.
That's promising.
Granted, they have 5 platforms this year because they launched 2. And then there's this bullshit. Got a rating? Uh-oh. Neal, did we lose you? I think I just got a DM from Neal. Computer just froze. Uh-oh. Well, kill time until Neal sorts that out. How is everyone doing? See, because chat's not moving, I thought that I was the one that was having the error, and I was like, oh shit. Okay. Neal is rebooting. Chrome seems to be the likely culprit. I'm probably just going to stay on this bumper until we can confirm that he is back. Just in case I need to go into Discord and send any more messages. Chat, I'm lonely. No one's saying anything. Okay, pal, that's not what I wanted to hear. Don't murder whoopers. Knock them out if you have to, but don't murder them. Oh yeah, don't worry, I don't blame anyone for being busy with Bowser's Fury. It's very good. I'm looking forward to the DSiWare defense arguments that will happen in 2009. Does Thunder Punch... Is Thunder Punch even effective on ground types? Whooper's a ground type. Well, ground water. I thought that the ground would have overridden the water weakness and made it not effective, but clearly I don't pay that much attention. Unless Thunder Punch is a fighting type move that just like has an electric after effect, which would be even weirder.
All right, I'm back.
Whooper is pure water. Whooper is not pure water. All right. Hello.
Right, so I was about to say I'm going to go with a 4 for the first one.
Okay.
In
the break, did you figure out which one you had?
No, I did not, because it was mostly just figuring out what the hell my computer was doing.
Gotcha.
Pokemon Pinball Mini. Oh, this is the one that was in Wooper Blue.
Aha.
I think it might have been the Puzzle Collection one. I think I did have a friend who had this, the Pinball Mini, which is kind of fun. I think I'm gonna go. I'll go 5 with that.
Okay.
I really thought I was just gonna like annihilate these games.
They're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Puzzle Collection was the one that I had. I think I wound up selling it at some point because I had. This was basically on the cusp of the era where I kind of didn't really engage with Pokemon as much.
Mm-hmm.
Until Diamond and Pearl kind of brought me back. I'll give 5 for Puzzle Collection.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Zany Cards is the weakest of. Well, Party Mini is the weak. It's like tied for the weakest, but Zany Cards is not good.
Let's see what Zany Cards is. Oh yeah, this does not look fun.
Nope.
I'll give this a 3.
Okay. That puts us at a 5.48 for the year.
That seems pretty strong.
Let me go ahead and plug that in. Yep, that is one of the highest years. There's only 2 years higher, and that is 89 and 94. All right.
That's I mean, it's a little bit nostalgia getting me higher.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
the original Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It's weird because I think this, especially, well, maybe City Folk might be worse. And I mean, I guess Happy Home Designer. But as far as the mainline Animal Crossing games, this might be one of the weaker ones. But for its time, like, this game, I really, really liked. So if I'm judging this by 2002 standards, I will give this one an 8.
Okay.
I played a ton of original Animal Crossing. This is a lot of trying to get myself to not think in 2021 terms and think in 2002 terms.
Yep. NBA Courtside 02.
I'll give this one a 5. I remember being, I played a good chunk of this game. It was fine.
Eternal Darkness.
Ooh.
Separately, Dennis Dyack.
Dennis Dyack. Well, in 2002, like an 8 out of 10 easily.
He was saying nice things about Nintendo.
Wow. Yeah, and like, I mean, we've got from this era. I mean, it was before I engaged with it as a reader of Planet Gamecube back then. Man, he was a fun interview back then.
Yes.
And yeah, I did. I'm really grateful that I did actually have like I'm gonna give Eternal Darkness is another one that probably over time I would put lower, but I played this game 3 times, got the secret ending, loved it. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
But I'm glad it was when X-Men Destiny was in development, and I was at an Activision E3 appointment that year when like I think X-Men Destiny was announced and coming out that year, but wasn't actually shown at all. But I got to meet Dennis Dyack and just be like, "Hey, man, like thanks for Eternal Darkness. I really dug that game." And then like a year or two later, it was like, "Oh, he's a dick," and I'm like, "Okay, well, at least I got to engage with him once, where I had a nice memory of him, and now I know he's not a person I ever want to interface with at all."
Yep. And then, oh boy, I mean, you saw my tweet about X-Men Legends.
Oh yeah. X-Men, like I think there was I forget. I want to give proper attribution to it. There was like an X-Men Destiny like breakdown of like what went wrong.
The Wii version of that game somehow is the worst, maybe the worst game I've ever reviewed. Yeah.
Well, that was also the era where I remember, like, I adore that X-Men Origins Wolverine game. At least the Xbox 360 version that I played was definitely a game that I will unironically say that I think X-Men Origins Wolverine is one of my top 5 360 games. I love that game. It's God of War, but it's Wolverine, and I like Wolverine, so it's a fun time. The Wii version of that game was similarly just garbage because I think it was just that era where everybody needed to make a Wii version, but no one really wanted to make a Wii version.
You gotta care about each version of your game. That's what I tell all my teams.
Yep. Because someone will only play it on one system.
Yep. Like, people aren't playing if they get a bad experience on one version, they think your game is bad. They're not going to go spend the same amount of money get on another platform.
Super Mario Sunshine. This is another game. Like I would say, almost like Luigi's Mansion. That I mean, I probably had like a parabola of not liking Sunshine as much when it came out, enjoying it when I replayed it in the Wii era, and then when I played it on 3D All Stars, it was interesting seeing how 64 evolved into Sunshine because there's a lot of connective tissue there, and I think that, I mean, obviously they share a lot of the same DNA. Sunshine, I'm not going to say it's clearly the weakest 3D Mario because I really, I mean, we'll have to face it at some point. Might as well just say it now. Like, Galaxy 2 really landed flat for me. But we're still 8 years away from that. I'm gonna give.
Here's the thing about Sunshine. Fuck Sunshine. Here's what I would have given it at the time. 4. Here's what I would have given it now. 2.
I think for 2002, in the spirit of what I thought about it in 2002, which is a game that I didn't like as much, I will give it a 4.
Okay.
Don't tell Raritan.
Speaking of absolute dog shit, Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse.
Uh-oh. Someone said I'm on thin ice right now.
Yeah.
Is that just because of Sunshine, or was that
That's because of Galaxy else? 2.
Oh, Galaxy 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot that everybody hates me for that. That's just I'll just embrace it, like the Chibi-Robo with the fire behind me or whatever.
Yes.
That's what I embraced Galaxy 2. I'm sorry, Yoshi on the pointer's ass. Like, is bad.
They might know
Disney's
that. That might be why it's not in the collection.
Yup. Disney's Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse is, if memory serves me, barely a video game.
It's a fucking adventure game where you can barely interact with anything, and it fucking sucks, and Nintendo published it at full price. Fuck this game.
I think I'm gonna give it a 1.
This game fucking sucks.
Because that's actually, I don't know if I might have sold, because I believe I did get it. I bought it for Cube Fight. I didn't spend a lot of money on it, but I think I might have sold it right after.
It's fucking trash.
It's bad. Star Fox Adventures, I will give that game,
Racist out of 10?
Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Mario Party 4.
I'll just say with Star Fox Adventures, it's a game that I played it and enjoyed it back in 2002. I did not enjoy it when I replayed it a number of years later. I think it was a telethon segment or something that we talked about it on, and I'm impressed by the fur technology. Not so much by I guess the tribalism of it. I don't know. That's not great.
Yeah.
But in 2002,
Rare has a real history of
yeah
fucking shoving it in their mouth with regards to weird racial insensitivities.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, once again, I'll give it a 6 for 2002 because it's a game that I played and enjoyed back then.
Mario Party 4.
It was Mario Party 4. I will give a 4.
Metroid Prime. Just say it.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
That's because I think that Metroid Prime, and really all of the Metroid Prime games that I kind of hope they fix for 4, I think they have pacing problems. But I still I can't give it any lower than a 9 because I think that game still honestly holds up really well to this day. It's just that it's just kind of it's strung out at the end, and there's I know backtracking is a part of Metroid, but maybe don't have your backtracking always be through the lava world.
Yeah, that's valid. Final Game Boy Color game, Hamtaro Ham Hams Unite.
This is the one that's done by Alpha Dream, right?
There are a few Hamtaro games that they've published.
But this is the only one that came out on a
Game Boy Color.
Okay. Well, I thought it was the only one that came out in America.
There's several Hamtaro games that came out over here.
Oh, actually, okay. This was Pax Softnica.
No, you're thinking of. Let's see here. What? There's Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak, and I think
Ham Ham
games.
I think Heartbreak might be the one that or maybe the Alpha Dream one never came over.
There's Ham Ham Games, Ham Ham Heartbreak, and Ham Hams Unite.
I will say, actually, let's. Oh, Ty, of course, Ty Sugart reviewed this game. Let's see what he gave it. He gave it a 3.
Oh no! It's not Killer Instinct. It's not on Xbox.
He's critical of the game, praising its aesthetic, but feeling that its puzzles were illogical and gameplay non-existent. I think I might just give this 3.
I mean, yeah, there's no combos, so 3. Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2.
Let's see what stuff was added into Super Mario Advance 2.
Smaller aspect ratio. Woo woo.
I think this might be the advanced game that's legitimately not good.
No, that's Yoshi's Island.
Okay,
which is next.
Yeah,
the same year.
Yoshi's Island is because hey, you remember all the cool tricks they did with Yoshi's Island on Super Nintendo, the technical stuff? What if we just took all of them out?
What if we couldn't do it cheaply?
I'll give this one. I'll give this one a 6. Kind of looking at it, refreshing my memory of it.
It's real neat that they put Super Mario World on a portable, 10 years later.
Yeah.
Disney's Magical Quest starring Mickey and Minnie.
So this is the one. This is the Super Nintendo port, right?
Yes.
Which, I think is totally fine.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
I don't think I've ever actually played the GBA version.
It's like a 6 or
But
7. It's acceptable.
but I have played the original version.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give it a 5.
Okay. Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3. Same year.
I'm gonna give that one.
What did you give the original? Because you gave it something pretty low, I think.
I think I might have given it like a.
Oh no, you gave it an 8. Wow.
Yeah, no, that was because 1995 when I first played that game, I was very high on it.
Yes.
I think I will give you Yoshi's Island on GBA a 4,
okay.
if only because I did play this version because it was one, it was a portable version of Yoshi's Island, and two, it was really the only way this game was that accessible for a very long time outside of Super Nintendo.
Yep. Game & Watch Gallery 4.
Which, I mean, I'll see what games are there, but this is one that...
First GBA one.
Yeah, I actually owned this game back in the day. I think I wound up selling it during my mid to late teenage years when I was like, I'll just sell my games and get more, as opposed to realizing now, like, maybe just collect all of them and then sell them when they're worth more money. This has a lot of different games in it.
It does.
Although most of them are in classic mode. I didn't. Wow. I don't think I ever unlocked this. I didn't realize the Zelda Game & Watch.
Yes, it is.
Was in this. I'm gonna give this one a 6.
Okay. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, which is the remake.
I somehow remember that as being a worse version of Kirby's Adventure.
You're not that wrong.
And I do really like Kirby's Adventure, but I think it's telling to say of a remake of a game that I will never ever replay this game. Like, if I were to ever be like, oh, I'm gonna play Kirby's Adventure, like, I'm not playing the remake. I'm gonna just go play Kirby's Adventure, which I think is something that is a testament to the fact that Kirby's Adventure is a pretty damn good game, even if it drives the NES to its knees.
Yes.
But Nightmare in Dreamland, I don't think... I think it's a totally fine remake that doesn't really do anything that special. Unlike, for example, like, I think, like, Superstar Ultra is a pretty good remake of a very good Kirby game. I will give this one a 4.
Okay. Metroid Fusion.
I'll give it a 7.
It added dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I think Fusion is very good. It's just that it's hard to, like, this was in an era when I basically first played Super Metroid not too long before Metroid Fusion, and then I played Metroid Fusion and was like, what the fuck did they do? Like, this previous game was really, really good, and not that this is bad, but it just lost so much of the feel.
Without Fusion, you don't get the joy of Other M.
Maybe I should lower Fusion's score.
A Link to the Past and 4 Swords.
This is another one where I guess I almost need to eat my words a little bit, because I did play this back then, and it was another thing where it was an accessible version of Link to the Past at the time, because I don't think I actually got a hard copy of Super Nintendo Link to the Past until like a couple years after the GBA version came out. Mm-hmm. And like 4 Swords is really good. I played a bunch of that back in the day. What did I give Link to the Past again? I know I didn't give it a 10.
90.
I want to say 9, but
90. No, 95.
Was it 93?
93. That makes sense. It was not 93.
Really?
92.
Wow. Now, yeah, it was 92.
92.
I gave it a 9. I will give Link to the Past GBA a 7.
Okay. That puts us
because
at
I do think, like, once again, never going to revisit Link to the Past on GBA. If I ever play that game, I'll just play the Super Nintendo version. But it's a pretty good version, and 4 Swords is really cool.
That was lower than the previous year.
But not by much.
All right. 2003, baby. Wind Waker.
If I were to do this by 2021 Neal standards, this would be a very high score, but I have to do this by 2003 Neal standards, so it will be a 6.
Okay. Wario World.
I'll give Wario World a 5.
Kirby Air Ride.
It's not good. It's not bad. Like I playing through Wario World is like a game that I oh man, should I go lower?
Nah, 5 is
Because
fine,
it's
right?
kind of like it's definitely not like the best Wario game.
It's
It's
not the best
fine.
treasure game.
Yeah, it's not the best treasure game. It's not the best Wario game, but I don't think it's bad. I think it kind of is what it is. Like they tried to make like a 3D Wario game, and it's okay. Kirby Air Ride's cool as hell. City Ride is I think that's the name of it. I think the mode, whatever the city mode is,
Mm-hmm.
the city mode is quite possibly maybe. I mean, like Melee and Mario Kart Double Dash. Maybe they're better multiplayer experiences on GameCube. But that City Ride mode in Air Ride is one of the best multiplayer experiences on GameCube. It's so much fun to play that, and it sucks that like Smash Run, which is basically the only Smash Brothers mode that like kind of paid homage to that, is stuck on the 3DS. They should just bring that to the Switch version. I don't cut a DLC character. I don't care. I'm
And
gonna
the
give
next
Air
DLC
Ride a
character
7.
is.
I'm gonna burn the world down and give Air Ride a higher score than Wind Waker.
And the next DLC, yeah, it was City Trial.
Yeah.
The yes, my favorite character DLC pass. You've got your Min, you've got your Steve from Minecraft, you've got Sephiroth, you've got Smash Run, you've got
Yeah.
Redacted.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, who complains? I mean, besides everybody, who complains?
Everybody. Pokemon Channel.
Pokemon Channel is not a video game.
This is
However, I'm not going to give it a 1 for one reason and one reason alone. So when I was in high school, which would have been right around this time,
Did you get high and watch it with friends?
No,
Okay.
no. If there were any Katamari games in the list, oh boy, howdy, we'd have some stories about that. But Nintendo did not publish Katamari. Maybe they should have. Who knows? But so Pokemon Channel, I worked at the local library that was like at walking distance from my high school, and I worked there throughout high school. And I think it was like sophomore, junior year, I convinced my boss to let me. I actually like got paid on the clock for this, of like doing events, like video game themed events. That the first ones were timed around like midterms and finals in school. So it basically was an excuse for like I would have midterms and finals, and then like those would I think those would usually be like half days or something, where like you'd have midterms in the morning and then have the afternoon off, or maybe you had like some in the morning, some in the afternoon. I just used that as an excuse to like basically just hang out and play video games with my friends when I wasn't doing stuff at school. And then I continued doing them like throughout the summer, throughout the school year, and stuff like that. And one guy brought in a copy, and it would be like set up a bunch of TVs, bring in a bunch of old systems. People would bring in stuff. It was a really, really good time. One guy brought in a copy of Pokemon Channel, and we set up a projector and just had Pokemon Channel playing the entire time. And it's not good, but it was really, really funny. So I'll give Pokemon Channel a 2.
There is an adventure game aspect, and they did put some of the Pokemon minis in there, so there is gameplay.
It is funny. Like Pokemon Channel as a concept is funny. It's not good.
It is, yep.
But it's funny.
If you want to know where the line of what makes it versus what doesn't make it is onto this list, Pokemon Channel makes it. Pokemon Box does not.
Yeah, Pokemon Box is a utility, not a game.
Yes. F-Zero GX.
This is a very good game that I thought was very good at the time, and I think this is the rare GameCube game that I don't think my opinion has really wavered on it since it came out, since I first played it. I will go 8 with F-Zero GX. It's hard as hell, but the visuals, the fact that like Captain Falcon has these like bizarre cutscenes, and I wish it was just a little less difficult, or else it would be even better. And also like the interviews at the end of like cups and stuff it's just really weird awkwardness. And I will use this as my soapbox to stand up and just beg that Sega let Nagoshi make, or I guess Nintendo and Sega get Nagoshi to make an F-Zero Yakuza game. That's all I want. For a while I wanted the GT Captain Falcon game, and then I realized that no, like this is Yakuza is way better.
Yes. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, which is basically just Mario Golf 64.
But there's little Pikmin that show up when
It's
you
true.
hit certain areas of the course.
You're not
Um,
wrong.
this is a really good golf game. It's a game that at the time I played the crap out of, and then wound up as well, it has already come up and will come up again. I sold it at some point. I actually bought it like a year or two ago. I will admit I have not played it since then, but I have a copy again, and that made me happy. I'll give it an 8.
Okay. Double Dash.
I think Double Dash, while not the best Mario Kart game, is one that I think is really cool because I think that the two racer mechanic is something that actually like adds a lot to the series in a way that when I look at what Mario Kart has become over the past decade, I guess the so-called mainline ones,
Mm-hmm.
like okay, like I mean, like DS added online, like we had motion controls and stuff. But then I look at 7 and 8, and a lot of the additions to those games are kind of just like 7. It's like you can also glide. And 8 is like I guess there's segments of the course where your wheel shift, but your perspective doesn't at all.
Yes.
Like there's not a lot of like gameplay additions. Like there are definitely improvements. Like I think there is something to be said for the way that everything feels in Mario Kart 8. But as my review in 2014 of Mario Kart 8 said, I was kind of disappointed because it was just like, oh, like they just made another Mario Kart. It looks really good. Mario Kart TV as an idea was kind of novel until they shut it down. But with Double Dash, I think that the tube racer mechanics are really cool. I actually did like hook it up to Warp Pipe and play online, which didn't really work that well, but it was cool that I could kind of do that. And this is a super fun game. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Mario Party 5.
Okay, this is the one with the haunting.
Yes. This is Bowser or Koopa Juniors, which are not Koopa Kids nor Bowser
Yeah.
Juniors.
On the basis of like the Koopa Junior kid things being absolutely fucking horrifying, I'm going to give this one a 2.
Okay.
I played this. This is I think we're getting to the like where Cube Fight kind of died off. Or actually, I don't even think we got as far as recording anything about Mario Party 5. But I played some of it, and those Koopa bastards are
This is also the one with the fucking mech battles.
oh god, yeah.
Like, this one fucking sucks.
Yeah, like at least the microphone stuff is like that sucks too, but at least it's like oh like that's a gimmick.
You tried.
Yeah.
It might not function, but you had an idea. Pac-Man Versus.
I mean, Pac-Man Versus at the time headlined an entire E3 show.
That does not mean.
It must have been very impactful. Everybody
No.
iterated on it. Pac-Man Versus, super cool idea.
Cherry Goblin,
almost-
no, none of them are.
Almost impossible to set up. I think I'll give Pac-Man Versus. I'll give it a 5, which is more that like I would go higher if it weren't for the fact that optimally playing Pac-Man Versus even back then was difficult.
And expensive.
Yes.
1080 Avalanche.
1080 Avalanche is totally fine. I feel like it's worth calling out the fact that this had a very troubled development. I think this was the one where did it go from NST? No, it went from left field to NST. This is basically the end of left field, working with Nintendo, where, as we learned last time, extremely prolific in the late 90s. And now, you know what? I feel like I do this every now and then just to see. I think Left Field Productions still exists, but they certainly have fallen off post Nintendo. They did some Dave Mirra games.
Uh-huh. Didn't they do BMX Triple X?
No.
No? Okay.
What did they do? So, well, technically Courtside 2002 was their last Nintendo game because they did not finish 1080 Avalanche. That was finished by NST. They did Motor Tracks, World Series of Poker, Nitro Bike on Wii. That was the last game of theirs that I ever played. Wasn't very good. But 1080 Avalanche is like a totally good snowboarding game. I think it, like, It's one where I think Wave Race Blue Storm is the one that I have fonder memories of, but I don't necessarily think it's like 1080 snowboarding isn't bad. It's not. I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
It's one that it's like a totally forgettable but competent Nintendo game.
Hamtaro Ham Ham Heartbreak.
Uh-oh. Ham Heartbreak game. I know this is another PAX Softnico one. All right, let's look at this game. It's an adventure game. I'm gonna give it another 3.
Okay. Golden Sun 2: The Lost Age.
What did I give Golden Sun? I think I gave it a 7 or an 8.
You gave it a 6.
I'll give this one a 5.
Okay. Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire.
There's too much water in these games.
It's true.
It's actually true. I think this is the only generation of Pokemon that I don't really have any nostalgia for. I'm gonna give it a 5. I think they kind of overcomplicated a lot about Pokemon in these games, and I don't find it that appealing.
You have nostalgia for X and Y?
I mean, like, not a lot. I mean, like, I think it was X and Y. Yeah, X and Y was the one that launched when I was at New York Comic Con, and I was going to go to the X and Y launch party at Nintendo World Store, or I think it was still World Store then. It's not now. It's Nintendo New York. So I went to New York Comic Con all day and was being like, all right, gonna go over to Nintendo World Store, hang out for the launch party. The line for the launch party, and mind you, this was like October or November in New York City. So it wasn't exactly like it was warm. The line wrapped around almost all of Rockefeller Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
So I was with NWR, former NWR contributor Josh Max and a couple of his friends. So we did not go to the X and Y launch party. We just went to a bar and got trashed. And then we downloaded X and Y at midnight and played a couple hours of it. And then somehow woke up and went to New York Comic Con the next day. So there's my nostalgia for X and Y.
X and Y are bad games.
I'm not going to say they're great. But I played through them. But then again, I've played through every first gen. I did not finish Black 2, White 2. I did not finish Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and I did not. Was there a third version of anything else?
I mean, there's.
I didn't play Platinum.
Platinum,
but like
Emerald, Gold, or no, Crystal,
and then Yellow.
Yeah,
because there wasn't a third version of X and Y. And then Black and White had Black 2, White 2, and then Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yep.
And then we basically got the DLC for. That's why I love the DLC, because I actually played the DLC, although I did not get that far in the Crown Tundra because I don't like Dynamax battles that much.
Y'all in the chat are making me feel old.
What's being said. My college Pokemon game.
No, it's the high school one.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
I was talking to someone who in my head was like, "You're probably my peer," and then they were like, "Yeah, I loved playing Smash 3DS in between classes in high school."
Yeah, I mean,
I shriveled up and died.
I remember when I used to be made to feel like the youngin' when I would be like, I played Super Mario 64 DS multiplayer and during a physics class in high school. I remember when that people would be like, wow, you're so young. And now I'm like, I played Super Mario 64 DS when it came out. And then someone will be like, I wasn't born yet. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
But
WarioWare.
That game fucking rules.
It sure does.
Oh man, like, I kind of don't want to throw out the 10, but like this is a game that I'll just do 10 because this is the kind of game that I will just sit down because I think I have it accessible on GBA, 3DS, and Wii U. Mm-hmm. I think I have it on all three of those. That like if I like sit down to any of those consoles and be like, oh, I feel like playing a game, I'm like, you know what, let's just replay WarioWare again. Like that is. It's like electric, and the fact like it sucks that like that series kind of died off because it was just so fun and creative, and I mean, the height is yet to come, which, I mean, just kind of pencil in another 10 for Twisted, because that game freaking rules.
Oh yeah.
And everything else is kind of a disappointment after that. But man, I love that. I love that concept of that series.
Fire Emblem, aka Fire Emblem: The Blazing Blade, the first GBA one to get localized.
I get to go with the fun story here. I guess I'll say I will give this one an 8.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. So this would have been, I believe, I did not play this game immediately when it came out, maybe, or it might have been around the time that it came out, but I played it in a high school economics class, very blatantly, like straight up, like would just not even hide it. I just have the Game Boy Advance. I would still communicate with people in class, like answer questions and stuff, but I would just play the GBA game, play Fire Emblem the entire class. Wound up passing. I think it was another year and a half that the teacher of that class left midway through the year because he was going to go work in politics. I also knew that teacher was sleeping with a student, which, like, at the time, my high school brain was like, that's hilarious. Like, a dude going to work in politics is sleeping with a student. Like, that's hilarious. She wound up like graduating. I think they dated for a while. I believe they eventually broke up. I had the thought like a year or two ago, being like, I should see what that guy's up to. Remembered his name. I actually found it by, like, I guess people that I knew from high school might have been friends with him on Facebook. Probably because he hung out with them when he was dating their friend. I found out that this teacher was a press secretary for Ted Cruz when he would have been running for president in 2016.
Jesus Christ.
Which I died when I found that out. And the humorous thing is, if you were to go look at his LinkedIn profile, there's no mention of him being a high school teacher. I wonder why. But that's my story related to Fire Emblem.
Jesus
it is
Christ.
It's something that, like, just really, it makes me laugh every time. And I because, I mean, like, fuck Ted Cruz. I've mentioned this a couple times on Twitter. At first, I didn't really want to, like, publicize it, and I realized, like, well, like, Ted Cruz is an asshole, and everyone associated with him should be dragged. And I referenced this on Twitter, and a bunch of people that I went to high school with replied to it, being like, who the fuck are you talking about? And I did not follow this teacher from my high school, but apparently or at the time, I do follow him now, but a teacher from my high school apparently replied quickly and was like, oh yeah, it was that guy, and then quickly deleted it. but the fact that, like, teacher that was my teacher back then was just like, oh yeah, it was that asshole. Makes my teachers feel like they were me, because I imagine he probably had a similar night where he's like, I wonder what happened to that guy. He probably did some Googling and found out.
Donkey Kong Country for the GBA, not for the GBC, and not Donkey Kong Land. The third attempt to port this series to a portable.
So what does... I'm going to look at a video of this to see what it looks like.
This one actually kind of has the graphics.
Yeah, because I don't know if I played this one.
It's embarrassing, but my knowledge of this game comes from a fucking in-store kiosk at the time. And I just saw it running on a GBA. I'm like, huh, that sure is that game.
Like, it kind of, like, it looks like they did a really good job porting it. Like, I'm not...
Yeah. Like I said, like, it was not, oh no, what is this? I was able to, like, just glance at it and be like, huh, that's that game. All right. Curiosity sated, don't need to buy it.
I think I'll give this a 5 out of 10.
Okay. Advance Wars 2, Black Hole Rising.
I'll give this one an 8. I also enjoyed this game.
Okay. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
I'll give it a 7. The e-reader levels are pretty cool. It would be higher if the e-reader levels were actually accessible, or more easily accessible until the Wii U version.
Here's why fuck this game. All the other games were name of game it's remaking : Super Mario Advance. This one Super Mario Advance 4.
I love that they
three.
made the fourth one the third game.
Fuck you. Fuck
it's
you.
Funny.
Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire.
Like the Pokemon Pinball games are totally good. I'll give this one a 6.
Okay. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
I will give this an 8. I think it's a really good game, and I like the fact that it's not that long.
Yes.
Which is, I think, is a problem that plagues almost all of the other Mario and Luigi games.
Oh, partners in time. We'll get there. Top Gear Rally.
Top Gear Rally GBA.
2003.
I will say, like, this looks kind of impressive that this is running on a GBA.
Why do you think they picked it up?
Yeah. I forget who developed this? Boss Game Studio? What the hell did they do? 3D Tank on Virtual Boy, unreleased. God, they basically haven't done anything in a very long time. I'll give this one a 5.
Okay. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
So
Final Fantasy, it's on Game Boy, y'all. It's back on Nintendo.
I think it's like funny that they made like the story about kids. Like what? And I think like I'll give this one a 5. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. I played a good chunk of it on Wii U Virtual Console. That was kind of the only time I really played it. And like it's a totally fine version of that game that lacks out, or it misses out on a lot of what made Tactics on PS1 great, but it's not bad.
Sword of Mana.
So I need to get my manas in order. I played a shitload of these back then. But this is the one that was the remake?
No.
Or no, that was
the original. Right?
Okay, this is the no. It is an enhanced remake of the first of the first Mana game.
Sure.
I'll give this one a 5.
Okay, that puts us at 5.
And I forgot that Nintendo published that one. That might be the highest.
Yep, that's our highest yet.
I think so. The thing to note is that it's just that Nintendo didn't put out a lot of hot shit.
They put out Pokemon Channel, but yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, get ready for a fucking low year. Try not to look ahead. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
I think if I were to grade this one now, it would be even harsher. But this is another one that I will. It's like hard because I want to give it credit because why I played this game a lot was because like of actually having the couple friends that we all had the necessary cables and everything to play it. And I enjoyed myself in that. It's just that because it was such a special occasion to actually do that, I definitely like overrated my enjoyment.
Right.
I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I feel like I would definitely go lower now, but for 2004, I'll give it a 4.
WarioWare Inc. Mega Party Games.
I don't think the multiplayer. I think the multiplayer stuff tries, but it's not as good. I'll give this one a 7.
Okay. Pokemon Colosseum.
Now this is the one that is just straight up stadium, but now it's a bigger arena. Or is this the?
This is RPG.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, this is the RPG one.
This and XD are the two.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Battle Revolution on Wii.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if I ever really played Colosseum. I played XD.
They are equivalent.
Yeah. So
this one you are explicitly playing as an ex-leader of a gang, or an ex-member of a gang. Like you are a villain.
I do love some of the shit they do in these games.
Yeah, you have the snag machine where you could just fucking steal Pokemon.
Stealing Pokemon from people. I'll give this a 5, and I'm gonna try to remember to also give XD a 5.
Genius Sonority's music in this very good.
Yeah. I think Genius Sonority is like I like them as a developer. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk about the Dempa Men.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they did not publish
the first. Like I will say, the fact that they wound up making apparently 5 Dempa Men games is absurd.
Only three of them came over, but yep.
Yeah, but like those games are really funny. I think the joke got old, but it was a pretty good joke.
Yep.
And like yeah, they've done Pokemon Battle Trose. Well, no, I don't think that one was that good, but like Pokemon Shuffle was a pretty fun free to play game. I think Cafe Mix is a totally fine free to play game. Like they're a fine developer. I think they just get stuck doing Pokemon scraps.
Donkey Konga, and if you don't remember the set list off the top of your head, look it up.
It's not good. I excitedly got this game when it came out because even at that age, I loved dipshit peripherals.
Yeah.
But I do I need to look at this full set list. I do remember playing Rock Lobster. That's for damn sure.
Hell yeah, B-52s.
I have to. This is important to find this. Okay, here we go. So there's Ditties.
Uh-huh.
Campfire Medley, Kirby Right Back at You, We Will Rock You, Wild Thing, Louie the Locomotion, Rock This Town, Dancing in the Street, Stupid Cute. Okay, it does have Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, so that's I can't go lower than a 4 if it's got the boss tones.
What a fucking dumb set list.
It's like the one thing about it is that like because I did play like a good chunk of this game back in the day, and I'm not gonna defend the set list, but it's a lot of shit that you've heard of.
It is.
Like that's the one thing I'll say with it is that like if you want some things that you heard of, not necessarily things that are good, although Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, great band.
Yes.
And then like, but I love like it is the kind of thing like. It's a fucking Nintendo music game. Just give the people what they want. And there's what 5 Nintendo songs on this thing,
yes.
And one of them is Kirby Right Back at You.
Yep.
Which I think that's probably like I know some of the Nintendo songs are kind of like licensed in weird ways, but still, you got the fucking DK rap in here. Couldn't you have tried a little harder?
Yes, we do gotta speed this up a little bit, but yes.
All right, 5.
Custom Robo. Sorry, 2004 is a very long year.
Yeah. Custom Robo. Let's go 5 with that.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, 2004 is the absolute height of the GBA.
Well, I will try to not do as much unless absolutely necessary. I will do 4 Swords Adventures. Let's go with the 6.
Okay. Pikmin 2.
Pikmin 2. Let's go with a 6 for that.
Thousand Year Door.
7.
Mario Power Tennis. 1 point for the intro.
That's the one that no. So we're going to be doing the new play control versions of shit,
yes,
right?
Yes, we are.
All right. Then I will give the GameCube version of Mario Party Tennis a 6.
Okay. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
A 5.
What if instead of backtracking through fire areas, you have fucking miasma?
I will say the end of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is very empowering. The path to get there sucks.
Last GameCube game of the year, Mario Party fucking 6.
I'll give that one a 4.
Because of the dipshit peripheral?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, height of the GBA, let's do this.
I got a brand new inbox version of F-Zero GP Legend in about 2014 at a flea market.
Hell yeah.
It's not a great game.
Hell yeah.
I'll give it a 3.
Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, first remix.
I love the crap out of these games. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, they're great. Okay, Metroid Zero Mission.
10.
Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
This is the Metroidvania one, right?
Yep.
I don't like this game. 4.
Mario Golf Advance Tour.
I will give this one a 7.
Mario vs. DK. The sequel to DK 94.
So this is similar to DK 94. I'll give that one a 7.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
5.
Hamtaro Ham Games.
I will give that one a 3 to just keep the Hamtaros all aligned.
Super Mario Ball.
I'm pretty sure this is made by like the typical team that made the relatively good pinball games, but this game sucks ass.
This game sucks.
It's bad. I'll give it a 2.
Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls.
Did not know Nintendo published these games. I think this is by far the best version of 1 and the most playable version of 2.
Yeah, but fuck 2.
Yeah, I mean, 2 is terrible, but on the strength of 1, I'll give this one a 6.
Okay.
All right. I will say, like, the version of 1 in Dawn and Souls is really good. I think if this was just Final Fantasy 1, it would probably get a higher score.
Yes. All right, welcome to hell, motherfucker. These are all full-price games. Classic NES series Bomberman.
Did this have multiplayer?
Yes.
Did you need more than... Was it single card?
No.
1.
Classic NES series Donkey Kong, NES. Full price.
It didn't... Okay, so it was the NES version?
NES Donkey Kong.
1.
Classic NES series Excite Bike. I think it did have saving.
Okay, 2. That was my question.
Classic NES series Ice Climber, full price.
Oh, I see. I'm just noting that PokePal says that he's declaring war on me for bad Kirby opinions. Can't wait to give Epic Yarn like a 9 or a 10. Ice Climber 1.
Classic NES Pac-Man, full price. 1?
Yep.
Super Mario Brothers.
You know what? Super Mario Brothers is a fantastic game. It is overpriced, but that is still a good game to have. I'll give it a 3.
Legend of Zelda, NES, full price.
I will also give that one a 3.
Xevious, NES, full price.
1.
Dr. Mario, NES, full price.
Oh, that's fucked up. Give it a 1.
This is the first Dr. Mario on the system.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, I guess it is, like, a little bit knowing that, like, there's isn't there, like, a Dr. Mario Puzzle League combo card? Like, I'll give that one probably, like, a floor of a 5, because it's a really good game to have on GBA.
Yeah, that was released literally, like, 3 months later.
Oh my god, Castlevania 2.
Castlevania on the same system that gave us the GBA Castlevanias.
2.
Metroid. It was part of Zero Mission, and it's the same price as Zero Mission. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
2.
Like, the fucking audacity of putting Metroid on a cartridge.
I do love, like, these probably also sold way better than they should have, which makes me really mad.
I genuinely think classic NES series Metroid sold better than Metroid Zero Mission.
It probably did.
Final game of the year.
I remember, I never bought any of them, but I remember seeing them everywhere.
Yes, final game of the year, Super Mario 64 and DS.
Oh my god, they only published one. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yes, the launch window for DS was fucking barren, dude.
So I will accept any shit thrown at Super Mario 64 DS now. In 2004, this was fucking Super Mario 64 in a goddamn handheld.
Yep.
That was magic. I'm giving it a 7.
Less than a decade later. Alright, that's a 4.15.
Also, the multiplayer in 64 DS and the minigames were really fun at the time.
Yay! This fucking plummet because of their audacity of releasing Ice Climber on a cartridge and charging full price for it. Alright, Donkey Konga 2.
Alright, this is important. I need to go find the set list.
Yes, you do. It is important. Here we have... This is the 1 year or so where we really do have the genuine attempt at the third pillar.
Okay, so we have 99 red balloons.
Fuck.
What the all the small things by Blink-182 was on this?
Sure.
Let's see what else.
Classic Donkey Kong.
Campfire medley. Oh, no, is that? Wait, no. So is this? I'm looking at a game FAQs list that's kind of confusing. Hold on, I need to find a better list.
Fuck.
IGN has an article. Okay, All Star by Smash Mouth. Shit. A Shaggy. There's a Crystal Method song. Donkey Kong 2.
You know,
Drive by
Nintendo.
Incubus. There's 2 Crystal Method songs. Donkey Kong 2.
You know, Nintendo.
Good Charlotte? Story of the year? What the fuck? I'm like, what the hell?
They stopped giving a fuck, dude.
Wow.
10. Mary
J. Blige? Like, surprisingly, I mean, like, okay, like, I mean, fuck Smash Mouth. Like, everybody in that band seems like they suck ass. But this is, like, a weirdly, like, poppy, like, not good pop.
Yeah. Well,
There's
2005 pop.
there's two good Charlotte. I guess this was the same era of the Nintendo Fusion Tour.
Yes,
Which,
so this is the same year as Guitar Hero 1.
oh god,
This is that era.
yeah. I do just want to shout out a band that I unironically will just admit that I love, which is the Starting Line. Who I believe they were on the last Nintendo Fusion Tour, and I think they got dropped from their label during the middle of that tour. But they haven't really been together for like 10, 15 years, but they did some live shows streaming that were very good. It was nice to see a band that I haven't really listened to since back in this era. I'm gonna give this one a 4 because Donkey Kong is still fun, but this is a bizarre set list.
Okay, same peripheral, Jungle Beat.
Jungle Beat absolutely rules. I'll give this a 9.
I can't wait to see how you think it translates to traditional controls a few years down the line.
I believe I reviewed that and I was very disappointed.
Star Fox Assault.
I like this game more than the average person. I also, at the time, played a lot of this multiplayer, and I think the multiplayer is really good.
Better than the single player.
I think the single player is rough but not terrible. I think the multiplayer is very good. I'll give this a 6.
Okay. Path of Radiance.
I will take. So Path of Radiance, I did not play that much of. I played Radiant Dawn. Bizarrely, I played the sequel to this fucking game and didn't really play the first one. As you being the Fire Emblem expert, how do you view Path of Radiance?
Path of Radiance is fucking great. It's a real shame that they printed about 15 copies of this and about 10 of the sequel. So if you want to go buy them on eBay, you are looking at 3-digit minimum for a disc only.
I'll give this a 7.
Okay. Ddr Mario Mix. Speaking of set lists, this is the only game where Waluigi is the main villain.
So I love Ddr Mario Mix. I will say first, I'm not a person who is great at DDR. I did like the preposterousness of this game with the fact that like there's like dance battles with Mario characters throughout it. It served me very well throughout college, having this game on hand for any kind of party in the dorm room. I will give this game a 7.
Okay. Mario Superstar Baseball.
I am a person who loves arcade baseball game. I think that as a whole, the Mario baseball games do not understand what makes a great baseball game. I don't think they're terrible games. I just think they are arcade toys as opposed to actual baseball games. I will give Mario Superstar Baseball a 5.
Okay. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, you wanted me to remind you that you wanted to give it a 5.
I will give it a 5.
Geist.
5.
Battalion Wars.
I'll give that one a 6. That was a pretty cool game. I think 2 is better.
Mario Party 7.
So this is the second year of microphones.
Yes.
I'll give it a 3.
Mario Super Strikers.
This is unlike Mario Baseball, thanks to the geniuses at Next Level Games who made the greatest soccer game of all time, Sega Soccer Slam, which, if we want to talk about things that age poorly, Sega Soccer Slam is near the top of the list. It is just filled with fucking stereotypes, and you could totally tell how that game made Punch-Out in 2009. But they actually understand how to make a good soccer game, and it almost feels like Next Level Games is at odds with Nintendo to try to continue to make it feel like a soccer game and not an arcade toy. I will give Mario Super Strikers an 8. I think it's better than Strikers Charged.
Okay, Pokemon Emerald.
I will give this one a 6.
Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones.
I'll give this one a 7.
Okay. WarioWare Twisted.
10.
Minish Cap.
I'll give this one an 8.
Yoshi Topsy Turvy.
I'll give this one a 3.
Gonna say. Mario Party Advance.
They tried to make a single-player Mario Party game, and boy howdy, it's like surprisingly competent from what my memory is.
Cable with other people. It's only single player on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Yeah, so I do believe. You know what? Okay, here's going to be my. Is it single card? Because that is always important.
Not many GBA games were.
And I know like there's always limitations, but okay, you gotta find out where the single card multiplayer.
You had just a few kilobits of download data on
Yeah.
GBA.
Okay, you can do it on single cartridge. I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
I played through it on Wii U Virtual Console, and I was kind of struck by the fact that like it doesn't suck as a single player game. It's not great. I would not say anyone should go out and play it, but like it's fine.
Yeah. DK King of Swing.
So there were 2 of these. I'm trying to remember if one is better than the other. I don't think so. I think these games are cooler ideas than they are video games. I'll give it a 4.
Dr. Mario and Puzzle League, a few months after that fucking cash grab.
I'll give this one a 7 on the strength of the fact that having Dr. Mario and Puzzle League in one cartridge on your portable system is absolute gold.
Now, if only they could put Tetris on the same cartridge.
That would be really good.
Mario Tennis Power Tour.
I'll give this one a 6.
Donkey Kong Country 3.
I will give that one a 5.
Dynasty Warriors Advance.
Jesus Christ, I didn't...
James looked up a video of this. If you've never seen it, look up a video, not just an image. This game
that's what I was going to do.
Fucking bonkers that it runs. That this exists at all. It is just a Dynasty Warriors game.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yes.
Like...
On the GBA.
This looks stunningly good. I'll give it a 6, just by the fact that like, it looks like it's functionable.
Final Fantasy IV Advance. With the original difficulty.
I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's the best version of Final Fantasy IV, but Final Fantasy IV is like not my favorite of that era, but it's very good.
Okay.
Which fucking puzzle game is Polarium? Which always good. That's the DS game, right?
Yeah, it's DS. We're on DS now.
Okay. Polarium, I'll give it a 4.
WarioWare Touched.
I will give that one a 6.
Which I always think of as a launch game, but it was launch window.
Yeah. I think was that the one? I think it was out in Japan at launch.
Yes. Alright, here's our fucking trash lineup. Pokemon Dash.
Give this one a 3.
Yoshi Touch and Go.
I will give this one a 5 because I enjoyed it a lot at the time.
Wow. This is not
it was like Yoshi Touch and Go is the kind of thing that like if that was like a $5 DSiWare game or a 3DS eShop game, it would be awesome. I do think it's bullshit that it was like a full price DS game.
Yep.
But it's a pretty good high score game that made cool use of the DS's like the DS, like the touchscreen and the microphone and stuff like that.
Another Code, 2 Memories. Back when Sing games got localized for the US.
They shut down, right?
Oh yeah, Sing shut down hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Trace Memory in North America. I'll give this one a 6. I'm not like super into these games, but they were pretty cool.
Kirby Canvas Curse.
So Canvas Curse is a game that I think is good, but I think it might have gotten overhyped at the time because it was just like that kind of perfect. It was the perfect game for the perfect time to actually be like a proof of concept of what the DS should be.
Yep.
I'll give it a 6.
Nintendogs. In August, they released Chihuahua and Friends, Dachshund and Friends, and Lab or Shiba and Friends. All of these are basically the same game, just different breeds unlocked at the start.
It's hard because I think Nintendogs is such an important game, but I don't know if it's a great game. I'll split the difference and just give it a 5.
Okay, so
because I don't think they're bad. It's just that they're not one. It's not the kind of game that I'm ever going to revisit. I did get. I don't know. I think I got the. I think I got the Shiba in Friends version. Probably like a couple months after it came out, because initially I was kind of like, I'm not getting that crap, and then like, oh wait, this is selling and people like it, okay, and I had fun with it. It's not amazing. I think it's cool. I think Nintendogs plus Cats was fine. It was just no one gave a shit anymore.
Yeah, I want to correct. The Nintendogs on DS did lock dog breeds behind the different versions. Nintendogs plus Cats is the one where it just
Okay.
differentiated on what you started with. Advance Wars Dual Strike.
My memory of this is that it's not as good as the GBA games, but it's totally fine. I'll give it a 6.
That is accurate. All right, 2 months later, fuckers, Nintendogs best friends.
Just by the audacity of that shit coming out 2 months later, I'm giving it a 4.
Okay. Metroid Prime Pinball.
That's really good. I will give that one a 7.
Mario Kart DS.
It's the kind of thing where like there's a limit to how good like the spin-off pinball game can be, but I think Metroid Prime Pinball might be at the top of that.
Yep.
Mario Kart DS, I will give a 9.
Animal Crossing Wild World.
I will say Mario Kart DS would be a 10 for the time if it weren't for online snaking, which ruined the game for me to play it online.
Mm-hmm.
Wild World, I did not get into this as much, so I understand that for a lot of people this might be their like
handheld and online.
Yeah, like it's impressive for what it is. I did not get into it personally, but I can't deny that it is an impressive video game
with voice chat.
Oh god, it did. What the fuck happened to you, Nintendo? Like the online, like even like when we get to Metroid Prime Hunters next year, like the online for that was like really robust. And pretty good.
They were a pioneer until they weren't.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Wild World an 8. It's the kind of one where I don't want to shortchange it because I didn't personally get into it. This was one that I did get, wasn't a brand new copy, but I got it at a yard sale in my town just to like kind of like file it away to have it. I think I got it for like $5 a couple years ago.
Nice. Mario Luigi Partners in Time.
I'll give this one a 6. I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is. I played it back in the day. It was too long in the tooth. I did think some of the two-screen stuff was really clever.
Medios.
My Sakurai games. It's a pretty cool puzzle game. I think the fact that I don't ever have the desire to play it anymore makes me it's not in like the upper echelon of that kind of style. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. New high score. 5.98. Or 9.97. So
that's what happens when you don't have any crap like GBA classic NES games.
Usually, the fewer games, the higher the average score. But in this case,
it's just because there wasn't a lot of shit.
Yeah, 37 games that it still has the highest. 06. Here we go.
Oh, we're gonna get to Wii.
We are. Chibi-Robo.
I will give that one a 6.
Baten Kaitos Origins.
Fuck!
They didn't publish the first one.
Wow.
No, Bandai did.
Wow. I've never played Baten Kaitos Origins. It's been on my keeping an eye out to get at some point, but it is not fucking cheap. You know what I'm going to within reason see what the review is on Nintendo World Report and let that be my guide. Unless it's like someone giving it like a... Did we just have an import review and that's it? No, okay. I'll give it an 8.
Okay. Odama.
This is another... I think what I loved about Odama is that there was like at least maybe 1 or 2 copies of this that was at Nintendo World Store until like 2014.
Hell yeah.
Still there for like $50. It's clever. I almost want to see the original version of the game because if memory serves, I think like it was revealed as something and then kind of turned into more of like the... Oh no, I think originally it was going to use the pinball and the bongos and only used or the microphone, the microphone and the bongos, but I think it just used the microphone at the end.
Yes.
I'll give it a 4 because it's a cool idea. But I would have rather had the more ridiculous version.
All right, Twilight Princess for the GameCube. which
Oh God.
does not have the I think it's the Wii version has progressive scan. The GameCube version is the correct orientation and does not have waggle.
I'm just good. Well, I guess give Wii Sports a 9.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna try to figure out how I'm gonna do. I'll give Twilight Princess on GameCube an 8 and Wii a 7.
Okay. Excite Truck. Vroom, vroom.
That game fucking rules. I'll give that one a 7.
It's got good energy.
Yeah, like
Good
it's actually that's another game where this was still the era. I guess it was more early college age Neal, who was selling games to do whatever college kids did. So buy more games and try to get alcohol underage. But Excite Truck was a game that I sold when Excitebots came out, and I've been contemplating that I should probably get a copy of the original because I really like those games, and they will probably get increasingly harder to find as children from the Wii era drive the prices up of that system.
Yep. Drill Dozer.
8.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team for the GBA.
I think my first experience with a Mystery Dungeon game was from this fucking series, and I hate it because I think Mystery Dungeon games are pretty good. I think these games suck, largely. I've heard some of the later ones are good. I'm never going to find out.
You're correct. Mystery Dungeon is good. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is bad.
Like, that fucking Sheeran game that came out on... It was on, Vita years ago. Yep. It's out on Switch now. That's so good.
I loved Etrian Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah, no, that was really good too.
Tales of Fantasia for the GBA.
I'll give that a 5.
And then Ff5 Advance.
Which this was not the first because
this is the first localization, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, because
did it come out on? It did not come out on PS1, did it?
So Final Fantasy Anthology and Final Fantasy Chronicles. I think Anthology was 4 and 6, and I think Chronicle was Chrono Trigger and 5.
Let me double check. It came out. It did come out on PlayStation. Okay, yes. PlayStation
and actually, it was 5 and 6, and then 4 in Chrono Trigger. But this was when it came out, and it was good.
Yes.
I think Final Fantasy V is an overlooked and excellent Final Fantasy game. This might be the best version that has ever come out of it.
That is true.
I will give this a 9.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, we're on to the DS all the way down.
Wow.
Electroplankton.
Damn DS. Electroplankton is a really cool idea, but...
This is going to be a really good year, by the way.
I'm going to give Electroplankton a 3. Because I think it's a cool idea, but not necessarily as like a $30, $40 game.
Oh, don't worry. Have I got the year for you? It's called 2009. They agreed with you. Brain Age.
Brain Age is awesome. I'll give it a 7.
Big Brain Academy.
Is not so awesome. I'll give it a 4.
Super Princess Peach. Fuck this game. Fuck this game into the dirt. Holy shit, this game sucks.
I love that they made a side-scrolling Princess Peach game and had it be about her emotions.
I love having strong emotions as woman. It is favorite. I also love that all of the reviews for this game are like, holy shit, they haven't made an original 2D Mario game in so long. And announced and releasing 2 months later, like 7 weeks later, is New Super Mario Brothers. Fuck this game.
I'll give it a 2.
Pokemon Troze.
This was the puzzle game that wasn't so there was Pokemon Battle Troze, which I feel like ruined the but Pokemon Troze was pretty solid. I'll give it a 5.
Pokemon Shuffle is a free-to-play version of Troze. Battle Troze. Yeah. Battle Troze is a sequel to Troze on the DS here. True Swing Golf for the DS.
I'll give it a 4.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, which is a GBA game except on the DS for $10 more.
I'll give it a 2.
Magnetica.
Magnetica.
It's
basically just Tokyo Crash Mobs, but without the flavor. That's a pretty fun game. I'll give it a 5.
Metro Prime Hunters.
7.
Tetris DS.
I will say the online multiplayer for Hunters was incredible back in the day. The single player, but as a multiplayer game, it was really good. Tetris DS 8.
Pokemon Ranger. What the fuck
Um,
was with Pokemon spin-offs and wanting to destroy your DS touchscreen?
I'll give that one a 3. Yeah.
New Super Mario Bros. DS.
I'll give that one a 6.
Nintendogs, Dalmatians, and Friends.
I'll give that a 3.
Magical Star Sign.
So I know this is a Brandon Brown game, but I forget what it is. So I mean, this sure looks like a generic ass RPG.
You're right.
I'll give this one. I'll give it a 5.
Mario Hoops 3-on-3.
I wish this game was better. It's merely okay. I'll give it a 5.
Star Fox Command.
I'll give that one a 5.
Mario vs. DK2 March of the Minis. This time
So
it has
this is the
touchscreen support.
Okay, so this is but this is the minis game, not like DK94, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is Minis.
I'll give this one a 6.
Clubhouse Games.
Was not incredible, but pretty cool on Switch last year, and that's about how I felt about it on DS. I will give it a 6.
Kirby Squeak Squad.
This is not a good video game. 3.
Elite Beat Agents.
Oh wait, I don't know if it's I give Clubhouse Games a 6, not a 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was just a typo. Yes. Elite Beat Agents.
Give that one a 9. That game's awesome.
Yoshi's Island DS.
Give that one a 2. I hate that fucking game.
Good. Sudoku Gridmaster.
I'll give that a 3.
Tenchu Dark Secret.
They published that?
They sure did. In North America, they did.
Yeah, I remember that coming out.
Dark Secret DS.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it.
I missed that.
I don't.
Oh, this game sucks, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it's bad. I'll give it a 3.
Children of Mana.
So this is the one that's... I didn't realize they published all the fucking Mana games. But this is yeah, okay. So this is a new entry in the Mana series. I'll give it a 4.
I forget if it's less or more or less racist than fucking Trials of Mana, which is holy shit levels of racist. Like, you put out a fucking remake of that, really? Like, it's one thing to put out the original, like, in that collection and translate it and be like, this is as it was, warts and all, is another thing to, like, fucking voice act.
I'll just say in the chat, Yoshi's New Island is way better than Yoshi's Island DS because Yoshi's Island DS does things to the game to make it fundamentally worse, whereas New Island is just relatively inoffensive and boring.
2007, WarioWare Smooth Moves.
So I don't think that the single player component of this is that good, but the multiplayer, where I think you pass around a Wii remote and you can play with like 12 people or something ridiculous, is like maybe the best multiplayer WarioWare ever made. The totality of the game is a little rougher, but for the multiplayer, I'll give it an 8, which I feel is probably going high, but I just have a lot of really fond memories of playing that multiplayer.
We Play.
I'll give that a 4.
How much of that is because it came with a controller?
I had some fun messing around with some of the games. Like Tanks is fun. The Shooting Gallery was the closest we got to like a Duck Hunt on Wii until they put it on Virtual Console.
Super Paper Mario.
6.
Wow.
I think Super Paper Mario is the weakest non-sticker star Paper Mario game.
Oof, your mustache level just isn't high enough. Mario Party 8. This is the one where you jacked off the Wii remote a bunch of times.
Yeah. This is the one where it came out around when I was on the verge of turning 21.
Oh,
or
no.
was in college.
Oh, no.
So I played a lot of drunk Mario Party with Mario Party 8. That doesn't mean it was good.
That's not the
but
game.
I did. Yeah, but I did have fun with it. I will give this one. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Big Brain Academy Wii Degree.
I will give that one a 3. I just that was like this was definitely during an era where I played a lot of multiplayer games, so that's where I'll probably value things more. And Big Brain Academy was not something that I really thought was that fun in multiplayer.
Pokemon Battle Revolution, by the same team that made the GameCube RPGs, but it's just another stadium.
Give it a 3.
Mario Strikers Charged.
I like they made it too gimmicky. I will give it a 5.
Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.
I'll give it an 8 because I think it's actually a really good use of the Wii remote. And I think that game is maybe a little too linear in some spots, but it's still pretty good.
Donkey Kong Barrel Blast.
This game is not great. It was clearly a GameCube game ported to Wii, and unlike Super Paper Mario, which is charming and whimsical, this is just not fun. 3.
Battalion Wars 2.
7.
Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.
8.
Super Mario Galaxy.
10.
Link's Crossbow Training.
6.
Final GBA game, Final Fantasy VI Advance.
Oh, shit. Give it a 9.
There were other GBA games. They just decided that Nintendo of America, after FF6 Advance, was not interested. So, goodbye, Rhythm Tengoku and Mother 3.
Yup.
Eat shit. You came out too late. You missed the boat. Hotel Dusk Room 215.
6.
Diddy Kong Racing DS.
I was really excited for this game to come out, and then it kind of reminded me that Diddy Kong Racing is maybe not that great of a game. I'll give it a 4.
Fucking Wario Master of Disguise.
2.
The game that everyone likes to forget about for good reason. Custom Robo Arena.
It's like a shittier version of Custom Robo from what I remember, I think.
Correct.
Give it a 3.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
I will give these a 7. And I mean, maybe I'll feel more nostalgic for it when the remakes get announced, right? That's surely happening last week, as per people on the internet.
Planet Puzzle League.
Wait, is Post Malone gonna just be like, yo, you know what my favorite game growing up was? Jesus. I know Post Malone's the guy who like played guitar because of Guitar Hero. Maybe he's singing about Pokemon because of Diamond and Pearl.
God. Planet Puzzle League.
This game's fantastic. I'll give it an 8.
Picross
I do
DS.
like I'll totally take the hit that like maybe it's overpriced for being like just Puzzle League, but I don't know, Puzzle League's awesome.
Picross DS.
9.
Brain Age 2.
This is a really I remember. I'm you know what? No, I'm not even gonna look it up because I remember having fun with Brain Age 2. I will give it an 8. I don't know if it was necessarily largely better than the first one, but I played this one a lot more and for longer.
DK Jungle Climber.
4.
Phantom Hourglass.
3.
Wow.
I don't like that game.
Okay.
I've heard people try to plead the case for the Temple of the Ocean King. Unless Nintendo were to like remake this game, I'm never gonna play it again. I think it's also like they figured out how to do the weird touchscreen Zelda controls in Spirit Tracks. This was like just a bad rough draft.
Walmart presents Chibi-Robo Park Patrol.
I got this game at Walmart back in the day.
It was Walmart exclusive.
It's definitely middle of the road 5,
which is code for none of the other retailers were interested.
Yep.
Flash Focus vision training in minutes a day.
2.
Mario Party DS.
I'll give this one a 4.
Master of Illusion.
I'll give this one a 3.
You're gonna have some words then. 5.43.
Are you a big Master of Illusion fan?
Oh, absolutely not. But we're gonna get to the DSi where Nintendo praised you are. Endless Ocean.
That's down, but kind of predictable because I feel like it's when they started getting into the more of the Blue Ocean shit.
Yeah, Endless Ocean.
Speaking of Blue Ocean, I think the second Endless Ocean is way better, but the first one's pretty good. I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
This one's hard because I think if I like this might be
the online.
I'll give it a 9 because in 2008, this was the last time I stayed up overnight. I got this game when it came out at midnight and then played it with friends for like 8 hours straight.
Okay.
And just basically like my life was playing Brawl for like a week or two.
Mario Kart
And
Wii.
I don't think it's not a game that I think I will ever revisit, but for what it was at the time, it's great.
Mario Kart Wii.
I love Mario Kart Wii. I'll give it an 8.
Wii Fit.
Is a really cool idea, and I'll give it a 7.
Mario Super Sluggers.
5.
Wario Land Shake It.
8.
Remake it with widescreen support, you coward.
Oh man, I played a couple levels of that. I think I did it like last year when my kid was playing the Wii U a lot. I threw it on. That game's still super fun.
It is.
It's really good.
That's why I want them to remake it, because it's worth remaking.
Yeah. Wii Music, I will give it 2.
Animal Crossing City Folk.
I'll give that one a 4.
New Play Control Pikmin.
I will give that a 6.
Alright, WiiWare time. Ddr Mario Online RX, which did let you play online multiplayer with people who did not own the game.
I'll give that... You know what? I was going to say 5, but with that in mind, I'll give it a 6.
That's like the coolest thing about that, and no other game did that, was you could literally hit a button and, using the Wii message board function, gift a free online multiplayer only copy that was like, okay, you can now play with people who own the full game.
I'll give my Pokemon Ranch a 2.
Magnetic Twist.
4.
Art Style Orbiant.
I'll give that one a 7.
Art Style Cubello.
I'll give that one a 5.
Art Style Rotohex.
5.
Maboshi's Arcade.
8.
God, thank you. Advance Wars Days of Ruin.
But like, I think going back to the multiplayer experience stuff, Maboshi's Arcade, playing that with 2 friends is sublime.
That game fucking rules.
It's so good. It's even, I mean, we'll get to Flametail on DSiWare. I think that's the worst part of Maboshi's Arcade, but I still got me some fucking Flametail just because it made me think of Maboshi's Arcade.
Yep. Advance Wars Days of Ruin.
5.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness.
This might have been my one of my first reviews at Nintendo World Report.
These games are eternally long.
They are not good. I will give it a 3.
Nintendo Presents: Crossword Collection.
I did. Oh wait, is this Crosswords DS or is this a different game?
This is a different game.
What the fuck?
Nintendo Presents: Crossword Collection.
I like Crosswords DS is pretty solid. All it's coming up with is Crosswords DS. When I search for that.
Maybe I accidentally grabbed the European name. Maybe this is Crosswords DS.
Okay, it is Nintendo Presents Crossword Collection in PAL regions.
Okay, I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong name.
Okay, I'll give that one a 6. It's a pretty good Crosswords game.
Mystery Case Files: Millionaire.
I'll give that one a 3.
Kirby Superstar Ultra.
I'll give that a 7.
Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. Fuck these games. I'll give
that one a 4.
Personal Trainer Cooking.
I actually use this to cook a bunch of things. I'll give it a 5.
Okay. Game & Watch Collection for the DS through Club Nintendo.
I have this somewhere,
It has
I believe.
3 games.
I'll give it a 3. 1 for each game.
Professor Layton and the Curious Village.
I'll give it a 9.
5.48.
I will say, I think a review that I wrote for my college newspaper of Professor Layton and the Curious Village is what I submitted when I applied to Nintendo World Report.
Nice. 09. Holy shit.
Now we're getting into when I was more... This is my first full year at Nintendo World Report.
They've never released more games than this year. 81.
Jesus Christ.
Get ready.
All right. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
New Play Control.
I'm relatively sure that I... Yeah, that's the... I think I reviewed this. Yeah, I gave it a 7. But this was totally weak-willed Neal, who would not have been that harsh to that. I think they completely ruined Jungle Beat with this version. It's cool that they made it playable to people that don't have bongos. That's the only thing that's cool about it. I will give it a 3.
New play control Mario Power Tennis.
I would rather play Wii Sports Tennis than play this game. I will give it a 3.
Excite Bots Trick Racing.
9.
Punch Out for the Wii. Here we go.
Yeah, this is difficult because I love this game. I think it is extremely fun to play. Whenever I go back to it now, being a little older, being a little wiser, being in a slightly different cultural situation that we are in now. Oh no,
this game is racist as fuck.
I still think it's really good. I'll kind of like. I think I gave this game a 10 out of 10 when I reviewed it. And I'll give it a 7 because I still think it's a tremendously good game. It's just that some of the way they present stuff blows.
Also, the multiplayer sucks and the Wii Balance Board stuff sucks.
At least, I like when they threw in shitty Wii Balance Board stuff because at least it was like usually funny, even if it wasn't really functional.
Wii Sports Resort.
This game is excellent.
It is.
I miss it a lot. I really like. They brought back the traditional main Wii Sports stuff on Wii U. I'm sad that Resort kind of died out because it's a very, very good game. I will give it an 8.
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
They actually made Metroid Prime 2 a little bit more approachable, and I think the controls that are added are really good. I will give this one an 8.
Wii Fit Plus.
I will give this a 7.
I like that it was $20 if you didn't buy it with the balance board because they knew. New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
I'll give this a 7.
Alright, on to WiiWare. Lawn Pass.
What the fuck is that?
How come no one knows what Lawn Pass is except for me? What the fuck?
I remember it happening.
I played... This game had like $50 of DLC. I played an embarrassing amount of Lawn Pass on the Wii. It's a puzzle game where you are you're trying to pack awkwardly shaped objects into a container and to not have them ever overlap and to try to fill up every single spot.
I'll give it a 4.
4? Wow.
Actually, no. I'll go 5. I'll go 5.
Bonsai Barber.
Bonsai Barber, I'm gonna go 6.
Rock and Roll Climber.
It is a game in which you climb a mountain and then do a rad guitar riff. But it's a pretty shitty game, so I'll give it a 3.
Picture Book Games: Pop-Up Pursuit.
3.
You Mean the Cubes.
7.
Excite Bike World Rally.
6.
Doc Lewis's Punch Out.
That was another Club Nintendo exclusive, right? Or no, that was a end of year reward.
Yes, and that was a platinum reward. You could get a hat or this.
Yeah, I got Doc Lewis's Punch Out like a sap. I'll give it a 4.
Pokemon Rumble, fuck.
This is because we are getting into the era of when I covered everything. I remember playing this next to a demo of Cave Story at like a video game convention in Philadelphia, and it was just a very weird experience.
I'm sorry that you picked the wrong one.
I'll give this one a 4.
Well, did you pick the wrong nickel? Yeah. Eco Shooter Plat 530.
Cave Story's great. It's just that, unfortunately, the company that stole the game from the creator sucks.
Eco Shooter Plant 530 by Intelligent Systems.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 5. I think it's really funny. I don't know if it's good, but I just think it's funny.
Okay.
The joke of Intelligent Systems making this really kind of shitty WiiWare game is a good bit to me.
I don't think it was meant to be a bit, but it is funny.
Personal Trainer Math 3.
Yes. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, aka a good version of the game they released on Switch last year.
Yeah, I like Shadow Dragon. I was gonna say it was the last Fire Emblem game I played before Awakening, but that was not by choice. Shadow Dragon's really good. I'll go 8 with it.
Okay. Pokemon Platinum.
What did I give Diamond and Pearl?
You gave Diamond and Pearl 7.
I'll give that one a 7 as well.
Okay.
I did not play Platinum, full disclosure. I realize every time I'm like, I'll get the third version of a Pokemon game, I never finish it. I play like a couple hours and I'm like, I already played this game. Because I'm not that serious of a Pokemon player.
Rhythm Heaven.
I'm gonna go 6 because I think it's cool that Rhythm Heaven finally came out in America. However, that game should be fucking played with buttons.
Yeah, it should. Personal Trainer Walking.
I played this game a weird amount.
Hang on, let me pull up the European name.
Oh yeah. I believe. I mean, we were dating at the time. We were not married yet, but I believe my wife also had a copy of Personal Trainer Walking, and we competed.
Walk with me. Do you know your walking routine?
I'll give it a 4. I do actually think like some of the stuff that Nintendo did with the Personal Trainer stuff is actually like pretty cool.
Do you know who developed Personal Trainer Walking?
It's just gimmicky crap.
Do you know the developer of Personal Trainer Walking?
No, I don't.
Take a guess. There are 2 developers.
I feel like one of them is... What is it, like NST and Intelligent Systems?
No.
No shit, Creatures?
Creatures and Nintendo Network Service Development, aka literally their fucking, like tech development team. Yeah, but Creatures did the software itself. The legendary Starfy.
I have a brief story about this game that I will give a 4.
Okay.
I excitedly at I guess at this point I think I would have been 21 years old. Me and my friend, also a 21-year-old, walked in to buy this game at a Best Buy the day it came out. Asked the clerk because they didn't have the games fucking out. And got the weirdest look because they were like, "Are you getting this for your kids?" And we both bought a copy and we're like, "No, like it's fucking Starfy, man. Like we've heard about it for years. We want to see it." That's my Starfy story. Like it's a totally forgettable Tosei platformer.
Oh, my Starfy story. So this has been made public. Nintendo has told this story officially, so I am not fucking going behind people's back and telling Nintendo Treehouse development stories. So when Nintendo America wanted to bring Starfy over, Tosei sent over a build that basically had a Google Translate through to be like, because this Tosei as a lead developer had never like worked with Treehouse before, so like they didn't know they could just send the fucking Japanese ROM over. So they sent like a fucking Google translated build of the game over, and they were playing it, and it was kind of nonsense or whatever. And then one of the characters was like, "Shit!" And they're like, "What the fuck?" And they had like a minor panic. And that's
delightful. I love it. Like Tosei's still around. They haven't died yet.
No. Tosei does not like to be credited on games.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yep.
I do love that moment whenever I found out that Tosei worked on a game because it's always like, really? Let's see, what are they? They helped on Origami King apparently.
They help on more things than you know.
Yeah, I mean I know that, but as far as things that are actually fucking credited to them.
Oh yes.
Apparently, yeah. I guess Paper Mario. They also helped. They helped on Color. It looks like they did. It's listed as art support for Color Splash, so I assume they probably did the same in Origami King.
Yeah, they do art support, they do code support, they do audio support. Yeah. Like they're just like a mercenary dev. Fossil Fighters.
And WarioWare Gold, they also helped out with. Fossil Fighters, 4.
Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
I'll give this one an 8. I think it's just as good as Superstar Saga. I think it's more creative and better, but maybe a little too long-winded, which, once again, Mario and Luigi's fatal flaw over the years.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky.
3.
There are some people that would argue that's one of the best games ever made. I
am not one of those people.
Style Savvy, the original for the DS.
I'll give that one a 5.
Okay.
I think what was it? The second Style Savvy.
Second Style Savvy is when it got fucking great.
Yeah.
First one was just okay, but they did get a They did have an enormous television ad campaign.
I do remember that.
Just like they got
this
Beyonce
is one of these
to play
games that I
Rhythm
think
Heaven.
I only ever spent time with the original style set because I'm like, well, it's by Nintendo. I guess I should check it out.
Yes.
And like, the first one's fine.
Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks.
7.
Professor Layton in the Diabolical Box.
8.
DSiWare for the whole rest of this.
Oh, good lord.
Art style Acquia.
So I revisited some of this DSiWare stuff, which is very helpful for this exercise when there was that hot minute where like all the DSiWare might have been taken down.
Yes.
So I got to interact with some of my memories and even my content. I think Acquia is a pretty cool game, but there's just not a lot to it. Yep. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. If you want a reminder of what prices are, let me know. The other thing is, as for reference, all of these are in order of North American release date. That will become relevant later. Bird and Beans.
2.
Brain Age Express, Math.
2.
Master of Illusion Express, Funny Face.
2.
Do you... Okay. WarioWare Snapped.
1. That's a spite one.
For not functioning?
I won't hide it. Yeah, fuck that game. I was really, like... Well, no, I think I got confused when DSi came out, that I thought that WarioWare Snapped was somehow related to WarioWare DIY. So I was like, oh, cool, I'm gonna get this. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no. All
right, I should. What the hell is Shuffle Games?
Yeah, if you don't know what each individual Master of Illusion Express is, please make sure you look up the trick, because
I will say the reason why I skipped by Funny Face really quickly is that I know I'm familiar with Funny Face. I think that's the one that I actually bought back in the day because I was like, what the fuck are these? And I'm like, nope.
Yeah, most of these are horse shit and give you one trick, and the trick is so fucking hilariously stupid that, like, please do me the honor of looking them all up.
Okay. Yeah, Shuffle Games looks bad. It's just like give that shit a 1.
Ddr Mario Express. I think this one was $8 or $5. $5.
Okay, this was $5. I was gonna say if it was 8, then I might send it lower. I think having a version of Ddr Mario as an app on your DSiWare or on your DSi is really cool. I will give it a 5.
Okay, I agree. Master of Illusion Express Deep Psyche. This is by far the worst one.
Okay, going to see the titular illusion deals with a series of pointed questions. Oh God! So give this one a 1.
This one,
today's special, showing the date on the DSi system clock.
Yeah, no. The specific titular thing is you ask a bunch of questions, and it's like we're gonna add and subtract a bunch of random quote unquote numbers, and at the end it will always add up to the numbers so that if you flip your DSi upside down, it just says the words "I read DS" or "I hold DS," and that's it. And it's like, what are you doing right now? Flip it and find out. And it just says, I hold DS. And it may as well have said, thanks for the $2, sucker.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if I could give something a 0, that would be it. Paper Plane. Paper Plane.
Oh, Paper Plane.
$2.
Yeah, for $2, I'll give it a 4 for $2. It's a fun little mini game.
Clubhouse Games Express Card Classics.
Yeah, when I need to get a Clubhouse Games tab going.
Yes, you do. Sorry, you're gonna need a lot of tabs for this DSiWare bullshit.
I'm thankful that it seems like okay, cool. Card Classics has Blackjack, 5 card draw, last card plus, and President.
$5.
What was the price of this one? $5. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Animal Crossing Calculator.
1.
Animal Crossing Clock.
1.
Art Style Pictobits. Same week, I
think.
Oh,
shit. Pictobits is really good. That's a game that when I was writing about DSiWare last month, I got really sad that this game's just going to be fucking locked to this goddamn hell service.
It sure is.
I'm going to give Pictobits a 9.
Photo Clock.
1.
Why was that not built into the OS?
I mean, I think it was.
It was not. Mario versus Donkey Kong Minis March Again.
I'll give that one, and because what that was that $10 or $15?
That was 8.
That was 8. Jesus Christ! Give it a 7.
Yeah, because the way DSiWare worked was it was free, $2, $5, or 8+. And there were only like 3 games that were ever above an 8. And like there was like Shantae and 2 other weird third-party games. Mario Calculator.
1.
Mario Clock.
1.
Spin 6.
Okay, I need to refresh my memory of what Spin 6 is. I don't think it's that good, but I just want to make sure. Oh wait, no, this one's okay. It's not great.
Cherry Goblin does point out that yes, Photo Clock was built in on DSi XL. It came pre-installed along with like one of the calculators. And, like, one of the brain training games.
I'll give Spin 6 a 5.
Okay. Art style Box Life.
Box Life is pretty good.
That soundtrack is a little annoying after a while, though.
Yeah, like it's a cool idea that I think does lose steam over time, but it has a really great presentation. I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Art style Base 10.
I'll give that one a 5.
Art style Zen-Gage.
That's like Base 10 is like the calculator one, right?
That's the one where you are tapping lines of numbers to change what the number is, and like swiping to flip them so that they keep adding to 10 until you're trying to get line clears. It's very cool, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Art style Zen-Gage.
Now I'm looking at Base 10. Yeah, because Base 10 just has the calculator. Look.
Zen-Gage, the audio fucking gives me a migraine. There's a lot of high-pitched squeaking.
Okay, Zen-Gage, I'll give a 4.
Art style Precipice.
I think this is the one where you're controlling the little dude around the place.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll give that one a 7. I like that one a lot.
Brain Age Express: Arts and Letters.
Oh god. Okay, gotta get the Brain Age tab up. Brain Age Express, Arts and Letters. Photo Memory, Brain Age, to give it a 2.
Flipnote Studio.
Oh, that Flipnote is pretty cool. I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Brain Age Express Sudoku. $5.
Having Sudoku on your DSi at all times is really good. I'll give it a 5.
Puzzle League Express.
Same rule, but Puzzle League is by virtue better than Sudoku. I will give it a 7.
Wow, Ddr Mario only got a 5. Clubhouse.
I think Puzzle League is better. I think Puzzle League is better than Ddr Mario.
Okay. Clubhouse Games Express: Family Favorites.
Going over to that tab. Wait, what the fuck? Okay. They just don't have the Hearts, Contract, Bridge, Dominoes, Ludo, and Dots and Boxes.
Ludo
what do they
sucks.
give the other Clubhouse games?
You gave Card Classics a 4. These are
I'll give that a 4. I'll give Family Favorites a 4.
Any of these expresses are $5.
Okay.
Except for the Master of Illusion, which are 2. They're not that ballsy. Art Academy first semester.
4.
This is the first Art Academy thing. It's real neat. Clubhouse Games Express Strategy Pack.
Going over what's in the strategy pack. Backgammon, Field Tactics, Turncoat, Connect 5, and Grid Attack. I'll give that one. I'll just give all those a 4 because it's all kind of like good, not great.
Mm-hmm. The beauty of Clubhouse Games is having all of them in one package.
Yeah.
Yeah. Art Academy second semester.
Let's give that one a 4 as well.
Pinball Pulse: The Ancients Beckon.
I wish this wasn't how this company went out. I'll just keep up with the 4s. Because I don't think Pinball Pulse is terrible, but it does suck that this company. Well, no, this company didn't die. It just died in the form that it was. Because then it came back and did the Pinball Arcade.
Yes. Crash Course Domo.
I do. If you were to go to NintendoReport.com and you look up these games, there will be like mildly exhaustive impressions that my wife wrote at the E3 that I would later propose to her at. Um, None of these games are good. It's funny that there's a bunch of fucking Domo games on DSiWare though. I'll give Crash Course Domo a 2.
Hard Hat Domo.
I'll give that one also a 2.
Pro Putt Domo.
I think that one was slightly better from my memory, that I'm not going to give these games the time of day of actually looking them up. I will give that a 3.
Rock and Roll Domo.
I will also give that one a 3.
Whitewater Domo.
I will give that one a 2.
Picture Book Games, The Royal Bluff.
Oh, shit.
Which is a fucking strategy lying game against AI that cheats. Because it knows what you have. And it doesn't even pretend that it doesn't.
Oh, this is by grounding?
This thing fucking pisses me off so much.
Oh yeah, this game's hot bullshit. I'll give this one a 2.
Sparkle Snapshots by Atlas. Which is like a fucking photo
What the
booth.
fuck? Snapshots.
It's just like a put glitter on your photos from the
Why?
DSi camera.
And it was made by Atlas?
Yes, and published by Nintendo.
I'm gonna give this one a 1. This is dumb.
Alright, get a new tab open. Electroplankton, beat NES. Beatness.
Electroplankton, DSiWare.
Beatness.
Alright, no, this doesn't have... I need to find a fucking list.
You're probably actually going to want to go to YouTube and just look up... Because all of these are just individual Electroplankton sections from the original game.
So how does this one spell? I can...
Beatnes. All one word.
Beat NES.
Yes, all one word.
Um,
all of the Electroplanktons are $2 per instrument.
I remember this one. This was kind of cute. I mean, for $2, 3. It's a fun toy.
Electroplankton, Hand and Bow.
Hand and Bow, I actually like I find it very zen. I'll give that one a 4.
Electroplankton, Nanocarp.
I'll give this one a 2.
Electroplankton, Trappy, Trapy.
Let's look at Trappy. I'll give this one a 2.
Electroplankton, Rec-Rec, REC. It's a
Rec.
It uses the recording of the DSi microphone.
I'll give this one a 4. Because I do like that it uses the DSi microphone.
In the middle of all this bullshit, Art Style Digidrive by Q Games.
I'm giving that shit a 9. That game is incredible.
Electroplankton, Lumi Loop.
I'll give this one a 2.
Okay, 1 second. Electroplankton, Luminero.
Okay. I'll give this one a 3.
Electroplankton, Sun Animalcule. Which is animal space, or animal, C-U-L-E, no space. Sorry. Sun space Animalcule.
Three.
Electroplankton, marine-crystals.
Like, I don't fault them for doing this. It does feel like a waste of resources.
This is how they released more games than there are weeks in the year. By a lot.
Um, 3.
Electroplankton, var voice, which is a voice modulator.
I'll give this one a 3.
All right, are we done? We're done.
Thank
with
Christ.
with Electroplankton. There's 3 more Master of Illusions though. Master of Illusion Express, Mind Probe.
All right. Audience member writing down a favorite. Fuck that. 1.
Master of Illusion Express, Matchmaker. This is how you should have proposed.
2 photos to determine the person's exact age, and another illusion deals with having to know another person's favorite dates or food that are similar to the host.
This is how you should have proposed.
That also seems dumb. 1.
Finally, Master of Illusion Express, Psychic Camera.
The illusion allows the host to see exactly what playing card or symbol your friend is thinking of by taking their photo. I'll give that one a 2 because at least it uses the photo option.
Okay, 4.11. Congrats, that was not even the lowest. With all those ones, it still came out
listen,
higher.
if you're gonna throw DigiDrive into the mix, oh man, that game's so good.
Yes, I'm just saying, DSiWare has so many bullshit releases. Yeah. So many.
I will say, I carry a torch for DSiWare, but even I have my limits.
DSiWare, Nintendo did not know, because Nintendo was at this exact time, 2009, a year after the iPhone came out, or the App Store specifically.
Yeah.
Carrying this torch about devaluation of software, about the anti-race to the bottom from the App Store, and their other mouth was shitting out Electroplankton and Master of Illusion Express and Domo games.
The Domo games that's what puts it over the top.
All right, how are you feeling?
Well, I will point out those Domo games were playable on the E3 show floor.
Yeah, they were not embarrassed about DSiWare in the slightest. How are you feeling about continuing?
How about let's get to the at least the end of 2010.
Okay.
Because how many games are in 2010?
2010 is 61 games. It's the only other extreme year.
Okay, yeah, let's do that, because then we can start, the next time 3DS and Wii U can kind of be...
That could be to the end, because there's so few games every year after 2010.
Yeah, I mean, especially now.
Yes, 2020 has 18 games.
Yep.
Okay, but before we remind me, there is a 2019 game, I think, that I want to go over with you before we close out for today. But 2010. Okay. Endless Ocean Blue World.
I'll give that one a 7.
Okay. Everything looks better on the other side of Domo, right?
Well, it's also I remember playing the first Endless Ocean. The one thing that I will point out about Blue World is that I think it took away the ability to actually use the MP3s in your system, which is really cool about early Wii games.
Yes. It became a security risk.
Yeah. But I mean, Blue World gave more of a story to Endless Ocean. I dug those games a lot. They were very tranquil and fun.
Yes. Galaxy 2.
I don't know. I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
I feel. I mean, I can go at length about Galaxy 2, but in the interest of time, I'll just say I got to several moments while playing through Galaxy 2 that I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. But I remember when I got to the Mario 64 stage that is there, I beat it and then was it would be a better game to play. And then I just stopped playing Galaxy 2 for months, and instead after that I wound up just playing through Mario 64 again.
64 is a good game.
Yeah, and that's my thing with it, and I think the first Galaxy is a tighter, more cohesive game. I didn't realize how important a hub world was to me until I played Galaxy 2, or the fact that everything's just on a point-to-point map. And replaying Galaxy 1 in 2020 on 3D All-Stars, I get it. Sometimes going around that hub world, like I have to go back over here now to do something. Like, yeah, maybe it would be better if I could just be on a point-to-point map, but I do like the experience of like flying around that hub world as Mario there. It gives it a cohesion that I didn't know I really kind of needed in a Mario game until they took it away. And I don't think Galaxy 2 is bad. It's very low on my 3D Mario list.
Sin and Punishment,
Also,
star successor. Yes?
Yoshi sucks in that game.
Yoshi sucks, period.
Yeah.
Sin and Punishment, star successor.
That is a super awesome game, and I miss Treasure so much. I'll give that one an 8.
Metroid Other M.
Let's just oh man, there's a part of me that just wants to also give it a 5, so close after Galaxy 2. But even I can't do that. I will say the gameplay part of Other M is pretty fun.
Except for the part where you're using just a Wii remote because they thought people couldn't handle the nunchuck.
Yeah, that was a very confusing decision. Like, I 100%ed this game back in the day. I did try to like replay it a couple years ago and was basically just like, nope. But I 100%ed it at the time. Like, I don't hate this game.
I love 3D navigation using a D-pad.
Yeah, I can't ignore the fact that this story is like maybe the worst story I've ever seen in a video game outside of BioShock Infinite.
Misogynistic dog shit.
Yeah. But I had fun playing it outside of the pixel hunts. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. We party.
Oh, we do party. I think We Party U is the better version of. Yep. I think We Party U is fucking amazing. I think the first We Party is totally fine. I'll give that one a 5.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Just
so you know, my fingers are hovering over both 8, 9, and the 1 for a 10. Because I have no idea where you're going to land on this one.
I will say the floor is an 8. I think I just feel the need to explain myself with Kirby's Epic Yarn. One, and there's a couple games that we'll probably come across in the next couple years, especially since I have reviews tied to a lot of them. I played Kirby's Epic Yarn a couple months after I graduated college. My last months of living at home by my parents in a very dark place because I was looking for a job and I couldn't find one. I reviewed this game. That was an absolute fucking bright, shining star in my life. It hit me at the perfect time. That game is just pure goddamn joy. That is most likely why I gave this game a 10 out of 10, because of the place that I was in my life. And I think that's something that should be considered whenever you think about what reviews are at different times. We'll talk about Kid Icarus Uprising when we get there, and some other games that, like, there are games that I think about it and I'm like, oh, where I was in my life, I gave that game a higher score than maybe I would have if I were to review it now. That being said, I think Kirby's Epic Yarn on Wii is still an amazing game. I've replayed it 100% completion 2 times since I played it in 2010. I think it's the point of the game is not to die. And I mean, you can't die in that game. It's just to, like, kind of enjoy yourself. And it's all about, like, doing things with minimal mistakes as opposed to being punished for failure. And I really dig that. I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay. Poke Park Wii, Pikachu's Adventure.
This game's pretty... no, wait. There were 2 Poke Parks, right?
There were.
Okay, this is the first one. I think the second one is the one that I actually had fun with. I think this one is just okay. I'll give it a 5.
It's a minigame adventure game.
Yeah, and I think the second one was a little better. The second one I might go 6, or I might stick with a 5. I don't know.
Fling Smash, a game that is cheaper than the controller it comes with.
Fuck that game. Give it a 2.
Donkey Kong Country Returns with their incredibly racist enemies. Holy shit, Nintendo.
I mean, they were just trying to carry the legacy of Rare.
Holy shit, Nintendo.
And also thinking about what they did in that version with requiring you to shake the Wii remote a lot.
Yep.
If memory serves. I'll give that one a 6. Because I still think the level design's really good. I'll kind of ding it for the racist shit. And also the fact that, we're getting to the age of baffling motion control implementation from Nintendo.
But, this was... a little more than a decade ago, and someone at Nintendo was like, Tiki Tack Tribe? Yeah, that's good. Global appeal. What the fuck?
That's some Crash Bandicoot shit right there.
Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary Edition, which is a a 9 megabyte ROM on in an emulator printed on a 4.7 gigabyte disc, a CD that includes coin sound effect and jump sound effect as 2 of its tracks, and an untranslated art book.
I'll give this one a 3.
If you have not read the Onion's AV Club review of this, which is a 0 out of 10, it just literally just ends with the phrase "Happy fucking birthday, Mario." Like,
okay, I was like, have I? And no, I remember that ending.
Yeah, it's just what a fucking. It's on the Metacritic. Metacritic quoted "Happy fucking birthday."
I think it's the kind of thing that I don't know whether I'm like proud of myself or not for the fact that I never bought that. I thought about it. Maybe I should have, because I think I could have flipped it for a decent amount of money.
A few years later, they came back and reprinted it, still saying it's the 25th anniversary edition, and put it as a Nintendo Select without the art book or the sound effects. So it was literally just ROM on a disc.
Oh yeah, I do remember. And like, this is, we're also going to get to the area where I'm going to remember what Nintendo published, because I spent way too much time poring over what they were publishing.
Samurai Warriors 3.
I went to a really fun Samurai Warriors 3 event in New York City that was at like a Japanese restaurant. And I left it to go to a Murder by Death concert in Hoboken a little early. I regret nothing. The Murder by Death concert was very good. I remember having a conversation with the rep from Nintendo of America that I will tell you who it is off air. I don't feel like saying a name of someone. In which, like, it's legit was just like, hey, if you're not doing anything after this, go to this concert if you want to come hang out. Because it was just like, I had a couple beers in me because it was an open bar. Yeah. It was one of those things where it was like this really cool, like, Japanese restaurant, and they basically had like Samurai Warriors 3 on like a tiny fucking TV off to the side.
Amazing. Jesus
so
Christ.
They absolutely knew what they were doing. Anyway, like, this is a totally fine Wii game. I'll give it a 5.
Okay. WiiWare. I know this is weird to do out of order with the DS coming later, but WarioWare DIY Showcase.
I actually think this is great because it's a really good way to play the games that are in WarioWare DIY, and I believe it was priced reasonably,
It was $8, and it came with, like, 100 microgames.
Yeah, I'll give this one, I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Grail Off with Ultra Hand. Barely functioned.
Yeah, I'll give that one a 2.
Art Style Light Tracks.
Shit, which one was Light Tracks?
This is the one where you're a colored line in a rainbow that's racing along a black background that is, like, shifting.
Okay, I don't remember enjoying that one that much. I will give it a 3.
Art Style Rotozoa.
I think I like this one more. No, it's not Protozoa. Fuck off. Oh, yeah, Rotozoa. Rotozoa, I'll give a 5. I don't remember, like, loving it, but I remember having fun with it.
CGX, thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
You can check the archive as always. Aquaspace, which is Nintendo seeing Hudson's royalty payments for My Aquarium and being like, oh shit, we should throw something together.
Oh, and fucking Payon made it too. I'll give this one a 2.
This is literally just they saw the royalty payments going out to Hudson every month and being like, fuck, why didn't we do that?
I do like that Through Space and Aquaspace seem like they are a part of the same line of games.
But they're super not.
Through Space is like Ketzel's Corridors, right?
Yep, that's Ketzel's Corridors is literally the sequel.
Yeah. I'll give this one a 5.
Snowpack Park.
Oh, Snowpack Park. Is that like that's one of like the last Skip games, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Rip.
It's I probably should just give it a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 6 because I miss Skip so much.
Fluidity.
Oh, Fluidity's really good. I'll give this one an 8. I do. I'll think about when we get the spin cycle if I want to tell the story that I have related to Fluidity.
Is it that they sent you a bottle of water in the mail? Because I got that one too.
Yeah, no, I think they did that. No, it was about how Fluidity 1 is very good, and then Spin Cycle is not nearly as good, and why that might be.
The other thing is, When I was compiling this, because Nintendo promoted the hell out of it so hard, I thought for sure that Moto Heroes had been published by Nintendo. It's not.
Yeah, they did publish that a lot. Like, I think we had like specific like, come see Moto Heroes and Moto Heroes alone for this demo appointment.
Did you guys get fucking packages in the mail about Moto Heroes?
I believe so.
Like, I remember distinctly getting a package, and on the inside, it was just a bunch of confetti, a 2,000 Wii Points card, and a letter that was like, please use this to get Moto Heroes. And that was the entire package.
And now that we're like kind of at the end of DSiWare, I mean, well, I think we're not at the bitter end yet.
Oh, not at all. Yeah.
I felt so bad for indie developers during this time that had to try to get people to review any of the shit they had on DSiWare or WiiWare, because I kept on getting because I think the smallest denomination you might be able to get for a code might have been $20.
Yes, it was.
So people had like these fucking $8 games that they would be buying $20 codes to send to people, which I will say worked out for me, because then I would just buy other shit with that. But it just sucks. That's why I did try to cover, and like a lot of the DSiWare games, like some of the DSiWare and WiiWare games we would get reviewed points cards or whatever. But a lot of them wound up just being out of pocket, because it's kind of like, well, I just want to cover these games. I think people are trying to do cool shit on a space that Nintendo doesn't really know how to market.
Yes. I will say that one specific Nintendo PR rep who was
I know who you're talking about.
In charge at the time, and then moved to a competitor, and then left that competitor, and then returned to that competitor.
Yep, definitely know who you're talking about.
Yes, was very good about getting in my inbox every week with 3,000 points every single week.
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo first party just at some point just started sending me like $30 to go check out the Nintendo downloads for that week, because they knew that I would actually use all those and cover all the games in that week. And so at some point they just made the investment of basically sending me $30.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it was hard. And, it is wild to think back to covering shit back then. Because now it is, so easy about, okay.
You get review codes, and you just send someone the code for the game. And you
there's still issues with that, because it's all about, people won't fill out paperwork the right way, so then they won't have codes that don't activate until launch day or whatever. But it's still, there's a pretty straightforward process for it. And, sometimes people learn the hard way when they're putting out their first game on a platform, like how, Nintendo doesn't seem to give out as many codes as other people. And we can stop talking about this since, for me, I'm the loosey-goosey games journalist, but Seren, you actually have to work with all these companies.
Oh, what? What are we talking about?
Nothing.
Oh, we're talking about the Wii
era.
Glory
of Heracles.
We're talking about the Wii era when I was reviewing games and didn't know what was happening behind the scenes. Yeah, okay. I can talk about 2010. Glory of Heracles, DS.
Glory of Heracles, I played this game, and I can't remember that much about it, so I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver.
I really fucking like this remake. It's very good. This also came with the cheesy-ass Pokewalker.
Sure did.
Which I believe, and once again, weird throwback memories, for... This wasn't my 21st birthday, because that's a debacle that I have no reason to talk about on a video game stream. On my 22nd birthday, I went to Atlantic City with a bunch of friends, and I sure as shit kept that Pokewalker on me the whole weekend. It was awesome. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are very good. I think, I don't know, Leaf Green or Fire Red and Leaf Green are very good remakes, but these might be even better. I'll give this one a 9.
WarioWare DIY.
I'll give that one an 8.
Okay. Sequel to Personal Trainer Cooking, America's Test Kitchen, Let's Get Cooking.
I'll give it a 5. Once again, actually use this as a cooking aid.
Game & Watch Collection 2, Club Nintendo. Also only 3 games.
I'll give 1 for each game. I'll give it a 3.
Picross 3D.
10.
100 Classic Book Collection.
Uh,
Can you truly review it if you haven't read every book in it?
I think it's cool that they did this, what psychopath is going to read games on their DS screen?
Read books,
and
yeah.
why is it Carmine Red?
You're not wrong.
I'm gonna give this a 3.
Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. They're still making this, huh?
I'm gonna do a quick double check to see. I recall one of the Pokemon Ranger games being like not terrible.
Do you still scribble circles endlessly on your touchscreen until it's broken? Yes.
Probably.
Yes, that's all of those. The whole gameplay conceit.
I'll give this one a 4.
Art Academy on the DS, which is a collection of first semester and second semester, both of which you gave a 4 to.
I will give this one a 5 because I think it's better to have it collected.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem, which is an expanded version of the DSiWare game, except it's on a retail cartridge. So it can reach more people.
And it was full price, wasn't it?
Yes, it sure was.
I'm going to give that a 5 because I think that's bullshit. Because the other one had such good value, and this was just basically the same fucking game.
Yeah, but could reach people who did not own a fucking DSi, which was most people.
That's great.
Golden Sun, Dark Dawn.
So we talked about the first 2 Golden Sun games, about how like it was really nice that you could see like a Super Nintendo like RPG on GBA.
Yeah, this is
my
what an
2010
N64 one would look like.
Did not have that kind of desire, and also this game kind of isn't good.
It's not.
I wish it was better. I'll give it a 3.
All right.
I dug up a really old PR email that was like, hey, check out the timeline for Golden Sun to get caught up before Dark Dawn. And it's like 50 fucking notes about what happened across the first 2 games and what happened in between the second game and the third. Like,
amazing.
One person is going to read this and be like, totally caught up. Let's go. Like,
amazing. Someone at Treehouse was really worried, and someone else at Treehouse was like, I got this, and handed that note to PR. That's what happened.
Yep.
All right, we got 2 real fucking banger heavy hitters for the end of 2010 DS.
I mean, Picross 3D already happened.
Have you seen what they are yet?
No,
okay,
I'm not.
Without looking, search your memory. There are 2 really big DS 2010 games that we have not touched on at all yet.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic. James rated both of these like a 10.
Okay. 2010 DS games.
I've scrolled them off screen if looking at the overall list.
No. I'm looking at the other DS. Was Dragon Quest 9 this year?
Yes, it was. That's one of them.
Okay. No, because Black and White where it was
the other one
2011.
is Leighton and the Unwound Future.
Oh shit. Yeah, give Unwound Future a 10. That is like that is the best Leighton game.
And then Dragon Quest 9?
Dragon Quest 9 I will give a 9.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, 2 fucking heavy hitters at the end. All right. Touch Solitaire. It has Klondike, it has Spider. It's minimalistic. $2.
So, my thing with this, and I do feel like I need a little bit of explanation because I did kind of slag on the Clubhouse Games one. This one only being $2. This was actually the card game that I got on my DSi, and I played a lot of it. So I'll give it a 5. But I think the simplicity and the minimalism of it made it really appealing.
This is the year that when you think about DSiWare, you Neal, and it's not art style stuff, you're thinking about 2010.
Yeah.
So this is all the stuff you're thinking of. So Starship Patrol.
Yep. Starship Patrol is a fantastic Q Games joint. I think it might actually be one of their weaker DSiWare games, and it's still very good. I'll give it 7.
Number Battle.
I'm just gonna refresh my memory quickly.
There's a spirit in Smash Brothers.
I forgot that's there. Okay, yeah, this is the Mitchell Corp thing. Okay, I'll give this one I'll give it a 5. It's okay.
True Swing Golf Express.
I'll give that a 4.
Lincoln Launch.
I remember there being a lot of confusion with this game because I think we only saw the name first and people were like, is it a Zelda DSiWare game? It sure as shit is not, but it's a pretty cute little puzzle game about like launching rockets. Give it a 6.
Spotto.
This is one that I think I might have reviewed. I think it's pretty good. Or is this the one it's basically just fucking birds and beans, but they made like a platformer?
Yep.
I should
so.
actually. Okay, I did not review it, but we gave it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I don't think it's that good, but I do remember it being pretty cute. I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Aura Climber.
Or Climb is. I think that's. I'll give that one a 7. I have a lot of fond memories of that game.
Game & Watch Judge. Fuck you.
I'll give that one a 1.
Game & Watch Chef.
I'll give that a 2.
Game & Watch Mario's Cement Factory.
I'll give that a 3.
Nintendo DSi Instrument Tuner.
Oh my god.
This doesn't function. It literally tells you, it literally lies to you and makes you think your instruments are out of tune.
I'll give it a 1.
Nintendo DSi Metronome. It at least functions.
I'll give that a 1.
But the volume is so quiet, yeah. Trajectile.
Trajectile. I'll give that a 9.
Game & Watch Vermin. Game & Watch is really testing your patience.
1.
Game & Watch Helmet.
1. Oh my god.
Game & Watch Manhole.
2.
Game & Watch Ball.
3.
Game & Watch Flagman.
1.
Game & Watch Donkey Kong Jr.
3.
Neal Ronaghan's Photo Dojo.
Wait, can I? Yeah, it's in reach. I can see my trophy. For those who might not have heard the story, I actually recounted it in that DSiWare article that I put up the other month. I was invited to a press event in New York City where there was a photo dojo tournament, and I went there and I wound up winning the tournament. And then they're like, "All right, so we're gonna fly you out to Redmond to go to Nintendo headquarters like next week." I was like, "What the? Okay." So I did that, and I was in a competition at Nintendo of America headquarters. They had just rebuilt their HQ, and it was me versus a journalist from LA and a journalist from San Francisco. I will not name the journalist from San Francisco, but I will say that I believe he doesn't write about video games anymore because he harassed women. But I wound up winning that tournament between the three of those guys, and then I went up against Bill Trinan, and I don't know if he laid down, but I beat him, and I got a trophy and became the Ultimate Photo Dojo champion. There is a Nintendo Week episode that I am in, and it is like shaggy-haired 22-year-old dipshit Neal. So it's a good watch. I think the only version of that is on YouTube is on Don's channel.
Yep, he tried to archive as much as he could before the Nintendo channel went away.
I sincerely appreciate because it's something that every now and then someone will be like, "So I found you here," and I'm like, "Yup." But it was a super, super cool experience, and I played a lot of Photo Dojo before it came out because of that. But then when Photo Dojo came out, I played the shit out of this with friends for like months because we all made characters on my DSi, and we would just kind of hang out because it was a very easy to play multiplayer game because it was basically almost like shitty Street Fighter, but it's funny because you would take pictures of yourself in different positions and then make your own sound effects. And it has just enough strategy that it's actually like super, super fun. I'm going to give this game an 8.
Luxley's lineup, 1 year before the 3DS, rendered it completely irrelevant.
It's not that good. I think Luxley's lineup is one of those games that's developed by like a respective. Is that an Intelligent Systems one?
Yes.
Yeah. Or no, it's fucking Goodfeel
developed
it.
I thought that was Intelligent Systems. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I think it's a cool idea,
Same
but the
year
face
as
tracking,
Epic
from my memory, doesn't really work that well. I'll give it a 3.
Metal Torrent.
That was a shooter, right? Or
yes. Like a shmup.
Yeah. I'll give that a 5. An Eureka shooter.
Xscape.
Xscape is really awesome. I will give that an 8.
Flametail.
As previously stated, it is the worst part of Miboshi's Arcade, but it's still pretty fun in its own right. I'll give it a 5.
A Kappa's Trail.
That's another one that I want to just refresh my memory of I think is that Brownie Brown? Yeah, that was Brownie Brown. Capish Trail is like cute and adorable. I'll give it a 7.
Face Pilot, fly with your Nintendo DSi camera.
I got this and tried to make it to work, and I think it might have worked a little bit better than looks this lineup. I don't know. It was fun. It was funny to play. I'll give it a 4.
Nintendo Countdown Calendar.
1.
Weird. Snap Dots.
Which one is this?
It's the last one of the year.
It's a... Okay, this one's okay. I'll give it a 5.
We are at a 4.82, which is much lower than I expected for a year that had Picross 3D and Kirby's Epic Yarn and Sin and Punishment 2 and Fluidity and Professor Layton in the Unknown Future and Dragon Quest 9.
Thank you, Game & Watch.
Below a 5 average. Holy shit, you have... Holy shit. We have not yet cracked a 6.0. We have not hit 6 yet.
We got really close. We got really close in 2005.
Alright, I want you to go to... Before we close out, I want you to go to NintendoReport.com.
Alright.
And I want you to look at your... Go search for Super Kirby Clash and find your preview. It's a Switch game.
Oh, what, my hands on?
Yeah, your hands on, excuse me. Let me know when you have it loaded up.
Yep.
Go to the end. Read me the last paragraph.
I feel like I have to close this by mentioning...
Hello?
Hello.
Oh. Sorry, I think it froze. Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Can you repeat what you were saying before?
I said, I feel like I have to close this by mentioning the vocal-heavy credits song for Super Kirby Clash that is equal parts adorable and ridiculous. It feels like something a lot of people will miss, so here it is for you to listen to. And remember, raise up the spirit of your soul, paint the starry sky with dreams and glow.
Alright, is there something before that? Because James had pulled this piece up, and there was something like, I don't think this game is very good, but I'll come back with the review, and then you never wrote the review. And James was, like, relying on this for his score. And this is when I frantically DM'd you, being like, hey, are you around to jump on a call and answer a question about what the fuck you think about
at the end of the day, I begrudgingly accept why Super Kirby Clash is on Switch. Free-to-start games provide low barrier of entry, and hey, the online focus encourages people to subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online. The overall direction of the Kirby series doesn't seem to be a poor one. It's just a modern turn for a franchise that has had many facelifts and vagabond years. I'll be curious to see what HAL Laboratory does with their next Kirby game while I cross my fingers for another Picross 3D entry somehow. I don't think I ever promised a full review
maybe we're thinking about Kirby Fighters 2.
That could have been...
It was one of the Kirby Switch games. Kirby Fighters 2?
We have a review of that.
Then I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen.
I will say 100% why we have that article on Super Kirby Clash is because Nintendo PR sent me they sent me Switch controllers and points to or credit to use in Super Kirby Clash.
Great.
And I wound up just messing around with it, and I was like, well, I'm not going to review this because it's a fucking free-to-play game, and that feels weird, but I'll write about it because I think it's worth writing about.
Yeah, what a fucking... Alright, I'll have to go back and listen, but yes. We'll get to 2011 next time with the final DSiWare game, Four Swords Anniversary Edition.
Oh yeah, when Nintendo first started doing their time-limited anniversary stuff.
Yes, don't worry. Get ready for the dire end of the Wii and DS as they slowly fade out.
Yeah. Although, hey, I mean,
2012 is
we do get
fucking
some Dragon
miserable.
Quest games there.
We did.
Fortune Street. Can't wait to
Yes.
overrate that one.
2012 is where it's going to get fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Get ready to rate
Yeah.
Spirit Camera, the cursed memoir.
I know
Alright.
2011 I did see Mario Sports Mix is I think the top one.
Yeah.
That is low-key maybe the best Mario Sports game in a long time.
And then I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be back for part 3, which will probably be the finale if we can keep up the pace.
Yeah, I can start thinking less and just giving numbers more.
Awesome. Make sure you go and like the tweet that I tweeted where I said, like this tweet if James should be on a stream where I play through the Kingdom Hearts games on PC. Because it's getting a lot of likes.
I will point out that this is the second time in like 2 months that I have helped someone try to get somebody to play Kingdom Hearts games on stream.
So, here's the thing. I really do like Kingdom Hearts, and I have threatened with James that like he should play them. I think he ended up buying one of the collections at some point. And then he, as soon as it was announced for EGS on PC, I DM'd him the announcement and I said, please take the opportunity to stream or co-stream with me. I will absolutely co-stream these games with you and take you through them. And it was marked as red, and then he didn't see it. And so 3 hours later I responded, I see that you saw these, coward, and I think he must have turned off the read receipts because that one has not been marked as red.
Other NWR staffers, actually, one of the Kingdom Hearts players, or the new Kingdom Hearts player was in the chat. I don't know if he's still around. Matt Grimace the Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and Matt Zwadiak and Joe DeVader. Joe's also a big Kingdom Hearts fan, like you. Matt is the person who has not played them. And Joe kept on trying to push to get him to say yes, and first he said no. And I tried to do what I could to help Joe out. So I think they've had 2 or 3 streams at this point. So I will do whatever I can to get James to play Kingdom Hearts with you, because I do not like Kingdom Hearts as much as you or Joe. I have fond memories of going through Kingdom Hearts 1 and finishing it like the day before Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and then playing the shit out of Kingdom Hearts 2. I went to a trip to Disney World where I brought Kingdom Hearts 2 on my PS2 and played it in the hotel. Going to Disney World all day. It was a great time.
PokePal, don't lie.
No, it's not. I wound up playing basically every Kingdom Hearts game until I got to Kingdom Hearts. Well, no, so I didn't play. I've never played Birth by Sleep still.
Oh my god.
I didn't have a PSP, and
yes.
It wasn't back compat on Vita either.
It was not back compat on Vita because it never got a digital release because Disney was very weird for a very long time about letting Kingdom Hearts games be digitally downloaded. You'll notice that Kingdom Hearts 3D isn't on the eShop either.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, because that was right before I think every game started being day and date on the eShop.
Melody of Memory is very good. Don't go into it because it has story, but it's a very good rhythm game. If you like the theater rhythm games and you like Yoko Shimomura compositions, go for it.
I got Melody of Memory when it came out, and I'm finally playing more than an hour of it now, and it is a very, very good rhythm game.
Yes.
But anyway, my Kingdom Hearts story is I never played Birth by Sleep, and then I played Kingdom Hearts 3D and got to the end of Kingdom Hearts 3D and was like, I don't think I ever want to play another one of these again. And then I wound up buying Kingdom Hearts 3 on Xbox because I thought that was hysterical that the first Xbox Kingdom Hearts game was Kingdom Hearts 3, and played like 10, 15 hours of that, and then kind of didn't finish it because I'm like, I'm so lost in this story. And I think, once again, I enjoyed my time with Kingdom Hearts game. I just think I'm kind of done with that gameplay now. And the story, while ridiculous and amusing for me to like read a summary of and watch some clips, I don't think I need to experience it firsthand.
Might I recommend, and this is half serious, half in jest, Waypoint Radio.
I have listened to that.
Yes, went through and
it's very good.
through a podcast, short-lived podcast called Lore Reasons, tried to go through and break down the plot of Kingdom Hearts because
I think it was before 3.
It was before 3, and then they did 3. And then they did the DLC for 3. And the thing about that podcast is they're not trying very hard. They're like trying to understand, but maybe like they're not really doing a lot of research beforehand, but they are asking like core questions about like what is the plot of Kingdom Hearts and taking it very seriously. And then they're realizing like, oh, this story makes a lot of sense. There's just a lot of it, which is the thing that I've been saying about Kingdom Hearts for years to anyone that will listen, is that like even in the games, if you play all of the games back to back in release order, there's not that much confusion, because like when they introduce a new concept, they hammer it home a lot in the original game. The problem is because the original game, like the original run of games, kept jumping system to system to system, not everyone would have played.
Like that's what happened to me. Is I missed Birth by Sleep, so I kind of got off track with what the fuck was going on.
You
with the
sure
games.
did. Yes, Birth by Sleep is ultra important.
Yeah, and I've read up and you know watched some recaps, read some things. And I'm like, okay, I eventually, I mean, I have access to all the games on Game Pass right now.
Yes,
and I've thought about like, do I sit down and play Birth by Sleep? I haven't gotten to that point. Maybe I will. Because I do not hate the Kingdom Hearts game. I'm actually really loving playing Melody of Memory. Because it is just kind of like, oh, like it's recapping the games that I played and enjoyed.
Real quick, if you want to lock in the option to play Birth by Sleep later, I think maybe right now, maybe it just ended. The Xbox version, if you have Game Pass, is on like 75% off sale for 1525 Remix. For like $12, and that's leaving Game Pass in like a month and a half.
Okay, then maybe I'll just do that.
Because all the Square games have started to, like, the Final Fantasies have started to leave Game Pass.
I realize, I think it's basically come out, I mean, by the fact that some of them left, that it's just a year deal.
Yes, for Square Enix, all of their games are leaving pretty much 1 year to the day after they enter. So, like every Kingdom Hearts game is on Game Pass right now. Fucking lock in the ones that you want to have the option to play later at a big discount.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I might just get this for $12.49.
Yeah. Yeah, like 1525 is a fucking steal for $12.49.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the one that also, I mean, that has a shitload of games.
That has one fully playable Chain of Memories PS2 port HD fully playable, 2 Final Mix fully playable, and Birth by Sleep Final Mix fully playable, and then cutscene collections of the 2DS games.
Jeez.
So it is 4 games and 2 movies for $12.49, and the 2 best games are in that collection.
Yeah.
Which are 2 and Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, I might do. Yeah, it looks like that deal's not like ending right now, so I might. But yeah, I should do that because I want to have access to the games, and that might be the kind of, you know, Disney-fied bullshit that my kid might really enjoy playing too.
Oh yeah, there's not anything, especially in 1. There's nothing objectionable.
Yeah. I think some of the later stuff, it does get a little darker, but
it gets a little darker, but a lot of the darkness is in dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, the mobile game has gotten real fucked up real fast recently, where it's like in 3, like when you beat it, you get secret diary entries that is like hinting at the connection between how the mobile game connects to to 3, and it's like, oh, that girl that these 2 characters were just like talking offhand in some cutscenes, like we were trying to rescue the girl. Oh, she was just being tortured through human experimentation for years. But, like, that's never shown on screen. It's gestured at. Because Disney won't let them. But yes, no, I'm excited that it's coming to PC, if only for there to be more audience. I will say, it is I explained this to my fiance, I showed them the pricing, and they had the exact same reaction as myself and most of Twitter, that Square Enix pricing 2.8 at $60 is a fucking crime.
Yep.
That 1525 is worth 50. 3, when you bundle in the DLC, sure, $60, it's a new platform, I get it. You can make the argument. Melody of Memory just came out at full price a few months ago, $60 on PC makes sense.
Yep.
2.8 is a movie that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
A 90-minute demo for $3.
And a 3DS game.
Yes, a 90-minute long demo for $3, which is for the same price, and then a 3DS game that launched at $40.
Yeah.
All of that for $60 at the same time that you're charging that much for 3 and its DLC is fucking criminal. So yeah, for sure. I would grab that, especially just to lock in ownership of that. While we're on this subject, Nier Automata probably also leaving Game Pass very soon if you haven't played that before.
Yeah, I've not. Yeah, that's one that's been on my to-play list. Is that also on deep discount?
Everything that's on Game Pass, I don't know if it's on deep discount, but everything on Game Pass is discounted to own while it's on Game Pass for Game Pass subscribers. Right. So if you have Game Pass, you can buy any Game Pass game at a discount to lock it in the future. To basically be like, oh shit, I play this every day now. But it's not Microsoft first party, so it's not always gonna be on Game Pass. Yeah. Let's just lock this shit in right now.
Okay. I now own digitally 1.5 plus 2.5 remix.
Hell yeah. But yes, no. If I'm going to be clear, if I stream with James, I am not going to be like, we're gonna go through the entire saga, even the bad parts. I'm just gonna be like, fuck this.
Just mainline it.
No, I'm just gonna skip 1. I'm just gonna skip 1 in Chain of Memories entirely. I'm just gonna jump straight to 2.
Yeah, no, that's probably fine. I mean, 1. It's almost like just show him like Melody of Memory. That basically just covers it all.
I do appreciate that the PS4 version of Melody of Memory, at least, has, because it's on PS4 and it has like the pop-ups, and PS5, there's the pop-ups that saying like, the share function is currently restricted. The share function is no longer restricted. It's really clear which songs will get DMCA takedown.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, anything from Hikaru Utada. You cannot do this. For some reason, they don't fucking, like, the Disney original songs, like the original movie recordings of, like, Circle of Life and A Whole New World, not restricted.
Wow.
But the Hikaru Utada shit is, like, tight. Like, you cannot do shit with that. Which is funny because they co-own the rights to that, whereas the Disney music is a lot weirder. Anyways, we're gonna bounce off the stream. Thanks everyone. Yeah. Have a great night.
Bye.